cold at the touch, dead in the eyes, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. Black and white, just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. Black and white.
knocking him down. It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my God, Jim!
Looking pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire. Had the right angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dark scope, the two-piece! Oh my God!
Trató de darle ese respetazo ahí consigue una pelota y rápido se voltea y se destaque na marotagem. Belo ângulo dele.
For him, he's gonna be able to take out. Oh my God! Oh no! He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Pegou bala na cara do Master. O Omairinho vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scope for a follow right there. He no-scope.
Termina eliminando a Hackney, igual queda solamente vivo por parte de repente, consigue la primera baja de este round, se da cuenta que no
All right, guys, welcome back. It is finals day. We have some really exciting matchups ahead of us as well. I'm, of course, Day, and today we are joined by, unfortunately not Beef Mommy, but a good substitute in Zim, a professional coach for NYSL Mayhem. He's going to be here to help us break down some of the intense action here for Mobile Mayhem Girls.
What's up, man? I'm excited to be here. It's freaking really sad that Beef Mommy couldn't be here. We love ourselves some Beef Mommy, but we're gonna try to do our best and actually get to watch a pretty good lineup, I think, for the finals.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. We've got a pretty good matchup right out of the start. I definitely think our second matchup could be interesting, but it's going to be a difficult battle. But right out of the gate, we do have Honeybees versus ARP. If you guys were here when Beef Mommy was here, you guys will be in on the joke there. But definitely two teams that are very, very good, and we've had some roster changes for a couple as well. So we'll be looking to get you guys into that action as soon as we can. Our map picks for the night, we'll go ahead and swap. We're going to have a Summit hardpoint to open things up. We'll be moving into a Search and Destroy on Standoff and a Crossfire domination if we make it to Game 3. That's been one that has been banned out most of the seasons. And what do you think about the rotation we got here?
Definitely interesting. I mean, I wouldn't say interesting one. It's pretty standard across the board. Crossfire definitely one that gets banned out quite a bit. So happy to kind of see it play out that way. But pretty contested, high skill map rotation that we have coming up here. these are two of the best teams that we saw in the league, aside from obviously NYX. So for it to come to this, it's really going to be interesting for me.
Yeah, definitely has a lot of opportunity to be. We do have Kira coming through with one out of the gate. Cammy finds a big double as well. If you guys are wondering, the person with streamer mode on is Aeon. I'm not going to go into why, but it was actually a request by us. So, we do have about a 10-point lead for the side of ARP as they won some early gunfights, but it has quickly turned around a little bit, and instead it is going to be the Honeybees on the point. Kira comes through with a big double kill for the team, getting them a big win on the hill, and if she could find a third here, it'd be a good spot, but Rue with the shorty comes through, picks her off, and we've already got an exciting game started.
I remember actually watching this this same map. I believe both of these teams played against NYX, if I'm not mistaken, on this map, and the goals really just remain the same. Try to find the lead at the end of P1, scrap together a little bit of P2, and just have that green side. And so far, it looks like ARP is not in the hole, so that's really good. You're executing on that first goal. You don't have a lead, but you're also not down by too much. 10 points is not insurpassable. You've got the good side going into P2, and hopefully you can maintain it. The other team is spawning across from them on the map. Aeon's got a nice two-piece there, and the other team is continuing to spawn in that green area, but we've got a little bit of a flip here. If they push out that green spawn, they can potentially set themselves up for P3.
Yeah, definitely looking for it, and you can see players are starting to hang back and look for it. First, Spawns gets picked off, and that actually might be enough to give Spawns over to the side of the Honeybees. We'll have to see as players start coming through here. Does look like Spawns are currently in favor of Honeybees, and they also have about a 40-point lead right now. So they're in a great position where we could go into P4 and have a nearly non-overcomable score lead.
Yeah, this is juice right here. You took the spawns at the end of P2, which was it was pretty firmly in the hands of ARP. Now they've got P3 spawns. This hill tends to be pretty difficult to break if you're lacking the coordination. Two big kills there. Bianca with the Sparrow there. They're gonna get the kill on the cleanup there, pushing the snow stairs. So nice 3 kills to go. ARP now on a little bit of a stagger, but I want to keep an eye on these two people right up into the green area. They're gonna be really key in potentially flipping these spawns out. If they get even 1 kill here, they can potentially take the spawn for the team. Kira is really deep there in the spawn, but she's got somebody behind her right now. This is going to be an important engagement, and she's going to go down. So it looks like Honeybees is able to stabilize, and you know, as we get deeper into this hill, 30 seconds left, it looks like ARP is not really interested in contesting this one too much. They're potentially just getting ready to throw the last wave at it and then just set up the rotation. Cammy's already done that, and really big lead for Honeybees. If they don't get a full 60 on this hill, I'm quite honestly just convinced that this game's going to be done. This is one that you've got to be considering the spawn in the back here. Unfortunately, ARP just totally gives the spawn away. It seems like Honeybees has pretty much taken it from them. There go the 2 kills, and just like that, a rotation that looked like it was solid for ARP just breaks, and just as badly as Honeybees takes the spawn, then they give it right back up, and ARP spawns in the back there. Goliath in Bianca's pocket, and both of these teams just screwing that up horrendously. This is actually really hilarious. Right now, though, ARP's got the control of the spawn and the hill. None of them are anchoring there. Carla is going back, and that's what she's got to do. She's got to try to stay back there and anchor that spawn so you can get this good time.
I mean, to be fair, this map is kind of weird to try to anchor spawns. The spawn is so finicky in its own right that, I get it. Sometimes stuff happens, but definitely would like to see a couple players playing more of that anchor to make it a little bit more difficult. But we do have a little bit of a break coming through for ARP here. Hasn't been too crazy, but one thing we didn't talk about earlier, Zim, is the operator bans, is the Annihilator and the Kinetic Armor, which has allowed the Death Machine and the Sparrow to come through, and Bianca has been absolutely nuts with the Sparrow. I think she picked up a 5 feed earlier with it, so definitely a pretty big impact, thanks to, again, some buffs to the Sparrow a couple updates ago. And the Kinetic Armor coming in has made it very difficult to ban away some of those power operators from teams.
Yeah, I mean, I find that if you're a team that is strong with both, in a perfect world, you're kind of considering that the Annihilator has the highest I wouldn't say skill cap, but I kind of would say skill cap as like that primary operator you'd like, and then the kinetic armor is one that just bails you out in a lot of situations, and a very skilled player with the kinetic armor can take that operator from a bailout operator to just one that will absolutely blow a hill or an entire game on its head. So if you are a team that is very good with both of those, ban away the Sparrow, ban away the Death Machine, ban away fucking Tempest if you want. Force the other team to have to choose between one of the good operators that is in your pocket that you can use, and then go on ahead and abuse it all day long. It was interesting in this matchup that the first team, whoever it was, the admins might know better than I, but whoever was the first team opting to ban one of the two power operators is definitely interesting. That speaks to me a little bit that maybe these teams rather are not very confident in their ability to use those primary two meta operators. I think that's something they should go back to the drawing board and consider a little bit. But I mean, it's not like the Sparrow is a slouch either. The Sparrow is also ridiculously powerful. So perhaps they just have different comforts in different operators. But Bianca played a really solid game with the Sparrow, and Honeybees came out on top. So if it works, go for it.
Yeah, definitely a pretty interesting series there. As you guys can see on the board, it was largely the Honeybees being dominant. Bianca coming through 25 and 8, Aeon 22 and 19. I mean, just overall, when you're losing that many gunfights, specifically looking at the side of ARP, it is going to be very difficult to pull through together and get those spawns in. Looks like the teams were ready to get into the game, so we're already rocking and rolling. Gonna be a good night tonight.
Now remind me, who finished above who here? I'm gonna assume it was NYX first, Honeybees second, and
Correct.
ARP third, right?
I believe so.
Or was it ARP second? Okay, so Honeybees, and I remember early on in the season when we casted the first match together and through, I watched a little bit, but Honeybees was really, really, really strong throughout the entirety of the season. And I don't think that they did too much losing in S&D at all, really, until they played NYX, where ultimately I believe they lost 2-0, where they lost that S&D. But this is a team that's got that, they've got that sniper presence there, and as we kind of say, that Molly gets one on Carla across the map. But interesting to see how the strategies evolve here as we go. ARP is able to equalize that, so now we have a 3 versus 3. But they've got the bomb in a nice central position, and Kira gets another one. So they've got options here. Looks like these kills are happening in the direction of blue. I'd really love to see them kind of work this B plant here. And that's exactly what Mass is going to do. Awesome. Nope, never mind. She's going to get off of that. But you've got control of the site here, and those kills are in that direction. So certainly you can infer that the other team is over here into this A-bomb site. But good decision right here. Get the bomb down and just play those power positions. And this is looking like a good round. 3 versus 2 already for ARP.
Rue comes through with a big kill on to Kira there. Aeon now rotating on over towards the B bomb site. Cammy and Mass are set up in some pretty decent spots here. Rue is going to pick up the one there, but Cammy up top might be looking for the kill. Picks up one. Takes a couple shots, but is on out right now. Now Aeon looking to pick up the kill, gets a couple more shots, has to defuse this bomb, but look at the bomb placement for ARP here. This is absolutely ideal. Can Cammy find the kill just in time, gonna pick it up, and that's gonna be the first round going to ARP. We might still have a solid series on the line for us here.
That was played really well. You really don't have to do anything. Once you get that bomb down and you're just in that building, you see the final person, the engagement's right in front of you. Quite honestly, at that point, just blast the sound, use your ears. As soon as you hear that bomb defuse in that 10-second range of the time, you're able to get that check with some confidence. Maybe a little bit of finesse there to kind of move around and make sure you can play your life. But she does that very well, and she gets the round for her. Now a very, very, very slow spread here for both of the teams. Quite honestly, this doesn't work so well for the offensive side. You have to plant the bomb, but kind of looking at the setup for Honeybees, they're totally giving up a bomb site, and it just seems like they're giving up a free plant. We've got 4 Honeybees or ARP members on the A side, but it feels like they think that they have the bomb, but the bomb's actually on the other side of the map. That's really funny. But the site is clean. The bomb's going to go down, and Honeybees is pretty confidently right now working on a retake. Take a look at these people pushing out of the factory right there deep on the back end there as I think it's Molly and Anna right there. They're going to kill Carla, and a pinch is pretty much in function here. Kira's got another one, so it's a 4v4, but the pinch is just a little bit too strong here, and they don't really have a good sense of direction following this bomb plant. This is something I think teams need to take strong note of. When you get the bomb down, choose a side you want to work from. If you keep yourself right there on that tractor, and you have literally no control of the other side of the spawn, you don't have anybody in Granny, you're not really posted up with any kind of strength in your market, and you allow that deep flank to come through from that back alley, that pinch becomes super toxic really early, and things get too quick. Things get too chaotic. Too many things to consider there. So, good thing for ARP to think about, as I'm pretty sure they won the round anyway. That was nuts. But yeah, when you plant the bomb, try to pick a side and work from that area.
As you can see, we do have Carla was peeking up a little bit towards A there, but is a little bit hesitant to go around the corner. And I mean, rightfully so. You've given a lot of time for Rue and Bianca to get set up there. And now you're the one that has to round the corner potentially into a shorty. So we'll have to see. Fur hanging out in the grass here mid, looking for it. We missed the gunfight, but it's going to be Kira shorty and down one. Fur getting a retrade for one there as well, and it just falls apart for the Honeybees there. Cammy able to pick up Rue as well. Now it's just Aeon. Gonna find one. Could have had the second. Gonna find it anyway. Shorty in hand. It's now a 1 versus 1. Fur versus Aeon. And bomb is down, and Aeon knows that.
Yeah, Aeon probably has the best position right now on the map. She can just blast the sound a little bit, and she's got the shorty in her pocket too. Here comes the engagement right here, and Aeon with the pretty much 1v3. She kills the first person defending the bomb planter. For whatever reason, the ARP member decided to plant the bomb with clear information that Aeon was simply footsteps away. I guess it's good you trust your teammates, but it's a little bit too much trust. She loses the gunfight, and then it's an easy pick off the bomb side, and then to be there with the bomb down on the bomb side and then have that central position as Fur gets a really nice two-piece there in the middle of the map. Really good stuff for ARP. She's able to work and win the round. So again, I think something that, as we kind of watch the S&D develop in the region, one thing that I'd really like to see is teams track a little bit more where the kills are kind of happening. We saw at the start of the map, got those first 2 kills in that middle part there, so everything kind of suggests to me that opens up yellow, that opens up that push through the spawn a little bit. Since you've got that body language kind of coming from Honeybees that they're pushing it right down, you don't have anybody hanging in the back area there. But regardless, they get the A site, plant down, and a little too clustered on the bomb site for my own liking here. Unfortunately, Honeybees is going to take a 1-angle approach here and get the first kill there, though. And ARP is in a good site to defend the bomb site. There's a 2v1 on the bomb, and Kira's got the 2 kills, so it's working out for ARP. But you have to think that Honeybees could be using this this positioning that they're just kind of being blessed with a little bit more efficiently, I would say.
Well, and one of the things I would like to see more out of teams is when you're in that 3v1 situation, this kind of, jumps back. I hate to take the spotlight away from the girls, but like the whole Little B versus Tribe situation, where all Tribe had to do was play time or collapse together, and at any given point, a 1-for-1 trade is better for your team. And that really could have helped out in that previous round, where Aeon was able to clutch up. You have, lagging really bad here. Alright, seems to have sorted itself out. But yeah, you both push Cubby. A 1-for-1 trade is the round win for you. ARP are up 4-0. But unfortunately, they just played it really not right. And sometimes that's just the case. Sometimes things happen. You're not expecting a player to be there. But ARP looking to potentially have the 4-1 lead going into the second half. And they definitely needed that on the offensive side. They have the 3-2 advantage right now. And Cammy actually might be in a position to pick 2 off as they rotate through. Rue gonna find the end of that gunfight.
I really like the diversity that ARP is kind of putting into the bomb sites that they're planning. There's some B plants, which you really don't see a lot of teams doing. Aeon's in a really interesting position there. She's got the first kill on the granny, but then she's gonna get killed on the cross by the sniper there on the statue. Good round for ARP, and they're up 4-1. This is not something that I expected at all. I don't think Honeybees did very much losing in S&D at all through the season. So who knows? If we go to a Dom, a mode that we haven't seen too much just in this event, who knows? I think that any of these teams could win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, and definitely have a key couple players to keep our eye out on, and one of them is going to be Molly, who normally is popping off in the search and destroy. I've had a history of caster cursing her every time I spectate her. Nothing's going on. We tried not to spectate her this game, and I'm sorry. Normally when we don't spectate her, all the action's popping off, and when we do spectate her, nothing's going on. But that has not been the case this game, and that's been a big deciding factor for them all season long. As well, Aeon having a good game right now at 6, but again, some of the positioning just feels weird at times throughout this map. I don't know if it's just nerves for the fact that we're in the semifinals or what, but ARP are looking to push us to a game 3, and again, Crossfire, not a fun Dom to play, especially if you have strong side start.
Just look at where the bomb is at different points in the round, when before we set up to really hit a site. We're looking at the bomb on the extremity of one side of the map, where the entire other team, it's not in a central location that gives you an opportunity to be flexible between sites that you choose to hit. But we're going to see ARP entry onto the bomb side. The bomb is going to go down there, but it's a 2v2, and certainly you know where that person killed you from. The stack shouldn't be happening right on top of each other, but we get the bomb down, and here in this situation you have the information on where one of those players is. Get the bomb down and pick a chow. You have to take one of them. If you know where that one person is. Carla's got a nice two-piece there on the back, and it's just going to really just explode in their face. And again, this concept of plant the bomb, pick a side. You don't want these pinches to come through. They're going to come through in most cases very quickly, and that's a lot of things to take into account when you're kind of trying to juggle with these people in front of you. So I would really like to see for teams, especially in this event, the rest of this event, to evolve in that area when you get the bomb down. But good play out of Carla, and ARP is up 5-1 here. I want to see Honeybees use some of that respawn prowess, as Fur's going to get a nice nade on Anna across. Molly and Aeon will equalize. It's a 4 versus 3. Now it's a 3v3, and the bomb site control is going into the favor of Honeybees. They have another plant.
Yeah, another 1-for-1 trade comes through as Kira finds one, but Bianca finds the refrag onto Mass. It's now a 2 versus 2. Bianca and Rue up against Kira and Carla. Kira coming through with a beautiful shot there. Going to pick up Rue. And now, once again, ARP find themselves with the advantage. They're on the defense. Bianca does have the bomb, but Kira with 10 kills on the board has been absolutely nuts here today. I don't know if I've given her enough credit, and might be able to find kill 11 as Bianca rounds the corner. And from hay bales, Kira able to secure that 6-1 win over Honeybees. And like I said, this first matchup out of the gate has so much potential to be a good one.
There's lots and lots of stuff that these teams, looking back on these VODs, can definitely take from the offensive rounds. I think both of these teams were very poor offensively. Even in the kind of instance where we see ARP win those rounds, I think it was more of a Honeybees just looking very silly on defense. Honeybees was not very good at all on offense. I'll take away that previous statement. I just think Honeybees look bad, and all of the things that ARP were able to do, whether right or wrong, were just kind of being nullified by the lack of that deeper coordination in the S&D. But definitely really interesting that's just not something I've seen out of this team at all through the entirety of this event. Honeybees is our second place team. I'll remind everybody that they had 120 points at the end of the team standings, whereas ARP only had 90. That's a whole 2 matches that ARP won over, or that Honeybees won over ARP Celeste. And if I'm not mistaken, who won in this regular season matchup between Honeybees and ARP?
I think Honeybees won 2-0.
I think it was Honeybees. So seeing them bleed a little bit here in this fashion, ARP going back to that drawing board and working at it, and being able to take that S&D, a pivotal mode in a best of 3 series. Is this a best of 3 or is it a best of 5? Best of 3, right?
That's a good question.
I think you only said 3. Oh, it's a BO5. Okay, so they're up they're up 1 now, or rather it's 1-1. There's still plenty of series to go.
Yeah,
We've got a
it's
really
best of 5.
wonky.
Yeah, I showed the
Okay,
wrong
so
screen at the beginning. That was my fault.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a 1-1 series here. I'm actually really interested to see what maps 4 and 5 will be. But with the Crossfire coming up,
I can actually go through it real quick. So it was
sure.
where did it just go? Best of 5. So this is our actual. Sorry that I was wrong on it. That was totally my B. We have the Summit Hardpoint, the Search and Destroy on Standoff, and the Crossfire Domination. So that actually worked out fine. But the fourth match will be Hackney Yard Hardpoint and Domination on Raid if we get to it. The Annihilator and the Kinetic Armor are the bans. And Firing Range and Takeoff were the banned maps. So definitely a little bit interesting there.
Yeah, so I mean we've got a good lineup here. As it looks like there may be an issue with some of the players who are going to be restarting the game, but Crossfire just tends to be that map that don't ban it. It's going to be that Dom. So in a best of 5 series, having these deeper maps in your pocket, things like just Summit S&D, things that nobody wants to play. Summit S&D, Dom Crossfire, maybe a little bit of Firing Range Hardpoint, just the weird stuff. If you're good on and you're proficient on these maps, you're gonna have a really good time when you're playing into these deeper playoff type matchups, where you spend the entire ban and pick phase picking the maps that you feel like you're comfortable on, but you also are not at a disadvantage when you have one of these maps kind of slip off the edge there. So it'll be interesting to see how the girls play the Dom Crossfire if we reference it to anything that we saw in the Europe Stage 4 or the North American Stage 4. It's a whole lot of P1 control, a whole lot of that dumpster right next to it. The shorties come out. But again, this map kind of tends to be played a little bit differently when you've got kinetic armor available to you, since you're not getting one shot around those corners. But there is no kinetic armor, so definitely I think a lot of emphasis on these shotguns and this P1 and that dumpster position. ARP started on the good side, right? They have the low. They have the lower side that gets to P1 second.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, so ARP starting
P2
from the
side.
side that they should come into a lead on. I know. I P2 side is Honeybees. I think that's blue team. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. A side. Yeah, Honeybees has the quote-unquote bad side, and ARP has the quote-unquote good side now.
Correct.
Yeah, so the strength of this, and I think it's very interesting, actually, is that I think the good side to start this round is actually the blue side.
Yeah,
it's actually the blue side because they get to the B flag first. It's everything afterwards that makes that side really just horrible. So we'll see if they're able to actually execute the very first wave here. They've got the control of the B cross immediately, and the first person up on the flag is first kills here are going to be extremely important. 2 big kills from Aeon there, and they've got a little bit of that flag progress, and there you go, sure as day. That blue side, but Mass is a huge set of 2 kills, 3 kills, make that 3 onto the B flag, and that really good set from that ARP team really kind of stabilizes the Honeybee push here. Got a little bit of a spawn hassle right here, but it looks like ARP does manage to weather the storm, and they're going to get that first decap. And here comes the snowstorm for Honeybees. ARP really should just be sitting in prime position here to really farm up a lot of time on the side. And if you're Honeybees, you really just need to kind of stabilize, conglomerate your pushes a little bit, get together, and try to make sure that you're getting some of these kills. But sure and steady, ARP is early on with that map control.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and coming through with a good defense there. Kier was able to take down a bunch of players rotating on over and still looking to play that defense this time. Gets 2 hit markers with the shorty. It's definitely a bit unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Fortunately, her teammates are there to back her up and defend that site, because you definitely don't want to give Honeybees the flip here early on in the first half. As you can see, there's a lot of C progress going on over there. Let's actually hop over to Bianca, who's looking to get in a gunfight with Kira there, but loses the gunfight at a crucial time. Aeon is here, though. And you can see a lot of the ARP attention is turned around right now.
Yeah, Honeybees actually were able to get through that that fish deli area into the C flag, and they're actually there again. But the very first wave, ARP was able to stabilize. The most important person on the map right now happens to be Carla, and she gets those two people who are leaking through the deli, and that's a really key engagement for Carla, able to stabilize that for her team, as her other teammate Molly is able to win a big one there. Win another one there. She goes on the flag, and they've really got a nice set of opportunity here. Some score streaks are starting to develop for ARP. Honeybees is in P1, so just a small sequence of kills could lead into pretty good map control and map progress on the B flag. They've got a cap if they want it right here. They may not know it, but they're progressing that B flag right there. And the spawn flip is actually coming through for ARP. They're actually spawning high on that bus area. Rue is going to be able to get the flag here, but now the most important person on the map is Bianca. She does have that Predator missile in her pocket. But the Sparrow as well. She's going to be able to get a huge 3-piece. I don't know if you saw that.
7 in the feed, dude.
Absolutely.
7.
Nuts. That's just 8. Absolutely nuts. She doesn't stop there. She's got 8 now, and she's got a Goliath in her pocket. Full set of score streaks. She's just not stopping. There goes 9 kills there to go, and she's gonna come back around and do a little bit of objective work here. Maybe another kill on the flag. She's gonna be able to do that. She's going absolutely nuts in this first half there. ARP is gonna be able to win it here, but that huge massive sequence on the bad side, Bianca able to string together a flag cap, a whole set of kills. Now she has full streaks going into the good side. This may be an opportunity for Honeybees to blow this map out of the water here.
Yeah, definitely looking for that kind of opportunity, and I gotta say, Bianca with full streaks is a scary person to be going up against. They've got a Goliath available to get that B cap early on and hold it, so definitely gonna be a very difficult situation.
I think that is actually pretty much a... I mean, this is as good a time as ever to probably go into a listen-in with one of these teams.
Yeah, we can.
Let's check out Honeybees.
All right, gotcha.
Okay.
One's in the house, one's in the house.
House dead.
Inside deli. Gone.
There's 2 person in the house. House dead. Hold C, guys. Hold C, guys.
She's coming.
Don't push up too much. Don't push up too much. I'm dead. I got my S right.
Nice. Mid. Shotgun mid. Going into deli, I think.
Got her.
Just hold it.
I got a flash.
Do you need help?
One's in the house. Bottom. I got it.
Going. A building. I got her.
Nice. One more A building. I got it.
She's dead.
Oh my god. They're back in the spawn. They're camping.
There's one dead.
Alright, definitely some calm comms there. They've got control. Bianca is still in a full HP Goliath on the C flag, just locking it down for the team.
I can't help but feel that the Goliath is in the wrong spot. Like,
yeah,
you want the Goliath on the B site. Luckily, her teammates are just frying there on that P1, and she hasn't really had to move. But I mean, Bianca, in my opinion, I hate to you're hard trolling with the Goliath here. You gotta. I mean, they're throwing the trophies for her. The big concern here is the Predator missile that's gonna come out. But I mean, she has the trophies to protect her, so I suppose that's okay. But having to move those resources, pull your teams back from that. They're getting that spawn in that little courtyard there next to, I believe it's P3, and they have to come back to your flag to throw the trophy, lose that space, lose that opportunity to get quickly there to B, and now you're going to see the B cap come out for the other team. Whereas you could have had a Goliath there, and you could have been able to do a lot more work stopping those next waves that come through. I think that's something she'll go back and she'll realize that the Goliath was in a pretty troll spot. But nevertheless, a nice set of kills is going to lead into an ARP B cap here, but they're going to get it right back. And the spawns, unfortunately, just happen to be a little bit better for the side of Honeybees. That spawn in that bus area, once you have that CB flag, is just really difficult to kind of get back into, as they're going to be able to go back and defend that wave that comes through the deli. And even if Bianca dies, and she's just absolutely free balling in the middle of the map, I've never seen anybody do this with a Goliath. But she's gonna have an opportunity here to defend the B flag a little bit. There goes one, there goes two. She's gonna miss it, but ARP's now got a nice chance to cap on that B flag, and with a lead, this is a dangerous spot to be in. She only has a sentry gun in her pocket. Maybe take an opportunity to look at Bianca here. Her Sparrow's gonna be very key. She's gonna put down the sentry gun here, but with 4 people from the other team, the ARP side, she's gonna get 2 there, but the sentry gun is gonna come down right in front of her. Bianca's got 4. Oh my lord, Bianca's got 4 and the flag cap. Another one to go, 5. She does it by herself, and she has another Goliath there. I think. No. They're gonna lose anyway. They need the triple cap now. So at this point, she's just gotta throw everything at the door. Man, that's nuts.
Yeah, it definitely felt like the Goliath spent a little too much time trying to hold down that C flag from the flip.
Damn.
What? It was a good game, though. I mean, you know, we're here for
God.
the excitement, and a 150 to 144 game is definitely keeping players on the edge of their seat for a while. But even as good as Bianca played overall, again, you would have liked to see maybe some more mid-building control with that Goliath than just straight C. But, you know, this brings to the excitement because ARP, again, I think they went down 2-0 against Honeybees during the main season, and now here they are sitting up 2-1 in the quarterfinals, 1 game away from potentially picking up the win and going on to the grand finals. And one thing I do got to say is with the search and destroy dominance that they had, if you're the stronger search and destroy team, that's got to be one of the most comfortable feelings you can have, is winning either one of those hard points or dominations, because that's going to essentially guarantee you that game 5, if you make it that far, is going to be that search and destroy, and you can take that as a little bit of an edge. So got to be feeling really good if you're ARP right now.
So like on one end, and man, I hate flaming, but like I gotta flame, man, because Bianca, you were the reason your team was in the game. You were the reason your team was gonna win the game, and then you were the reason that they lost. The Goliath has no business being C. It has no. Your teammates, whoever went back to throw trophies on you, C, when you were standing there over and over and over again, just throwing trophies on you. Great. Like I love to see teammates going back and trophying the Goliath, but one of you guys has to be like, yo, move this Goliath B, this needs to be in P1, this needs to stay there, and it just needs to not move. They're just trolling on the map there. Bianca, don't do that again. But again, she's the only reason they were even in that to begin with, so I mean, I'm gonna say it balances out, and it kind of cancels itself out a little bit in the end there. But yeah, that might have been the worst Goliath I've maybe ever seen. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it definitely felt really weird. I kept hopping back over there to see if, you know, maybe she's starting to push up at this point. Maybe there was a couple C pushes that I missed, and it's like click, click, shooting one or two bullets into the
She stood
deli.
there for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit late, and then, you know, got another Goliath, was absolutely frying the kill feed.
Yeah, no,
like,
she
I
was
mean,
frying.
she had an 8 feed at one point, like.
Yeah, no, she was frying. The only Goliath I think that I've seen on Crossfire, that's the worst Crossfire Goliath I've seen. The only one that maybe worse, I saw Little B pretty much do the same thing one time, except he didn't do it on C. He just ran the Goliath right up the middle of the map and just like sprinted towards the bus. Like, that might be the worst, like, S tier Goliath I've ever seen, but this is just different. For the Goliath to not even be in the stratosphere of the flag of interest on the strong side, quote unquote, that's really tough. But regardless, your confidence has to be pretty high if you're Bianca. If I'm Bianca, I know that I can fry these kids, and I'm getting into the next map with a lot of confidence. But we've got a Hackney yard. It is a hard point. We're going to 150, and once again, they are going to start on the good side. They're definitely going to be on the good side. Bianca and company, I think that's Honeybees.
Yes.
Yeah, they've got the good spot. All you have to do, literally all you have to do here, P1 does not matter at all. You just don't want to be in a big hole at the end of P1. Same exact thing for Summit. The same goals apply. Make sure you have that rotation for P2, because no matter what, as long as you're not horrible, you will get a 60 on P2. So, we'll see if these first few kills come out, but if you are the side of ARP just as quickly, you shouldn't be dedicating all these resources to the hill if you're Honeybees. They go right up the middle and they can potentially steal your spawn. They luck out there, and Honeybees has the second spawn in good graces for that P2, but ARP definitely had an opportunity there to steal the spawn from beneath their feet, and early time is going to go into the favor of Honeybees.
A couple big kills come through for Fur. There has 4 on the board, able to slide back, and Cammy is able to save her life from Bianca. We now start to get a little bit of score going for them. If you look at the map, we do have Bianca hanging back, anchoring spawns for next, and this is the smart play, but ARP, they're moving over, getting ready too. Mass is on the way. Bianca able to pick up 1 before getting taken down. Now potentially a 1v1 for the spawn, and Molly's going to pick it up, and as you can see on the map, we've got several players of ARP spawning way out, and as you mentioned, they're not in the hole at the end of P1. They're in fact in the lead off of P1 and have a great opportunity on this P2, essentially money hill for this map to pick up a lot of score here as well.
That's always really good to have a good lead at the end of P1, but now they've got this really solid P2. I point back to pretty much this prime example of this hole that you're going to be in when if you're ARP. You're going to be down at this point by like 90. I'd say it's going to be like what, 100 to like maybe like 20 if they can get in. The game's not over. You can definitely stabilize in P3 and P4, so if you're ARP, just try to contest a little bit, but you'll be okay if it doesn't go your way here.
Yeah, a couple big kills come through, and ARP are able to actually get a retake here. It's not going to be enough for them to even things out, but one thing to make note of is look how many bodies they have on point. They were able to clear it out, but now you're just giving essentially P3 favorable spawns over to the side of the Honeybees, who still have a 30-point lead right now.
They managed to break it in the end there. So I mean, this definitely could have been worse. We've seen teams be 90-10 or whatever the worst score possible is at the end of P2. So teams have definitely been in worse positions. For this to be a 67 to 38 point game, this definitely could not be so favorable for them. But they're close, and it's only a 30-point game at the end of the first 2 hills. So ARP, they're in a good position here. If you don't get any good time on the smokestack hill, you're definitely going to be able, with these spawns here, to stabilize that in the green. But a little bit goes a long way here, just a little bit of contesting, and they should be in business. But Honeybees continues to look strong in the respawn modes.
Yeah, it's looking to be the case, but we have seen big comebacks on this map before. In fact, I think your team is one of the ones that we saw make almost a 90-point comeback at one point, so definitely could still have a lot of game ahead of us depending on how ARP plays these 2 next. But like we said, they have a pretty big advantage with the way they won the Search and Destroy last time, where they picked up the Search, they picked up the Dom. Even if they lose this here, they go into a Search for Game 5, and that's a pretty comfortable position based on how the last matchup went. And coming through with a big open here, but as I say it, Bianca is just so cracked with the Sparrow, dude. My goodness.
Continues to clear out hills pretty much by herself, and her entire team, if you look at Honeybees right now, 9-9, 9-8, 12-11, 13-9, 13-9. And if you look at the entire ARP team, with the exception of 2 players, they're struggling there on the map there. Got good objective contributions for the side of Honeybees. A good time here on this green hill. By the time we're done with this one, it should be only another 20-point game. So it still is a close cast, but another rotation in favor of Honeybees in the back there, as Fair got a really big kill, but Rue stabilized that, and it looks like once again the rotation is in favor of Honeybees, and if they don't just work another break like they've been able to do this entire map, the game could very well end here.
Definitely a real possibility. It's only a 50-point game at this time, but as you can see, the Honeybees are in on point. Aeon, 15 kills on the board, looking to defend the backside here. Picks up 1, but Cammy able to get a double. Kira comes through with 1 of her own as well. So looking like ARP might have what it takes to make the break, but as I say it, unfortunately for ARP, some favorable respawns come through for Honeybees, and you know, this is one of the things that I think on a spectator standpoint makes hardpoint so unenjoyable to watch is you can get team wiped off a point and still spawn at the point, and that's pretty unfortunate for ARP at that point in time.
Yeah, it's definitely never good. It's almost like you make a good play and then you're punished for it. Whereas when the spawns were a little more traditional, that team wipe that you get is you'd be rewarded with a spawn that puts the other team at least 3 seconds to travel to the point that you just wiped them off of. As opposed to, in this kind of game, or with these spawns, you get the wipe and then you almost have to immediately think of blocking that spawn that's right next to the hill. And you can't even really do that because on a lot of maps and on a lot of hills, there's multiple spawns that are right next to the point. It's not just so plain cut and simple as one that you can block pushing yellow or one that you can block pushing a little bit towards that van on the green side. So unfortunately, I think ARP did a really great job of breaking, because they did it on P2. They were able to stabilize a little bit on P3. They held down P4 pretty strong. They got a really nice break on the P5. ARP was solid on the entry, and the game just said, no soup for you, and they're done. So for the end of that to be the way it is, you kind of really have to think it could have been a different way for ARP, but still a closely contested series in the respawns here. I mean, what are we at now? We're tied, right? What is it, 2-2?
2-2 going into Game 5, and the search and destroy earlier was not close. I believe, if I remember correctly,
ARP
it was a
dominated
6-1 win for ARP, so...
ARP dominated for sure, so... You gotta think, if you're Bianca, if you didn't troll with the Goliath, the series would be done at a 3-1, and you wouldn't be having to go into a dangerous map 5 against an ARP team that just does not look like they can play with you guys in the respawns. But nevertheless, that didn't happen, and we're in a really, really tough map that potentially we could be seeing Honeybees getting packed early on in the tournament.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody would have thought that we'd be in this situation coming on into the season. Honeybees seemed to feel like they were maintaining control. I mean, they went up against NYX and lost pretty bad to NYX, but they were certainly the clear favorite to be second place, at least leading into this weekend, week. But ARP putting up a great fight here. I expected to have good games here right at the start. I let you know, I was like, hey, this could be a really good series. I didn't expect it to be this good, and of course we got here off of some unfortunate circumstances, but we're here. We're in Game 5. We're in a search and destroy. Last time through, it was ARP massively in control, but we've seen Honeybees in their talent all season long. I'm not going to call this for ARP just because they won the last search,
I mean, this is a similar style map where sniper control is really going to be important, and from the last one that we saw, it looked like ARP was just a little bit better on that front, even though Molly was getting a little bit of picks on that standoff. But now we're going into a raid, a true 3-lane map, a very traditional map, very, very, I would say, defensively sided. You've got really strong opportunities to defend both of these bomb sites, quick lanes to get to them. That ring is like super, super, super like defensively sided. They spawn right next to the ring. It's very difficult to push that bomb site. The garage, or not the garage, the basketball court with the bomb site being in there, you get there fairly quickly as well. There's a lot of traveling that you have to do on offense. If you're not able to open up these maps with these first kills, you're going to have a really tough time on offense doing that if you're not as well, very decisive. So ARP has the privilege of being on defense as well. In a closeout matchup, I'm honestly, I'm just going to put my money right now on ARP, and I'm going to say that they're going to take this one.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to be in a good spot right now. They have the 4-2 advantage, but Aeon does have the bomb, so with a key pick here, or perhaps even 2, they could really bring it back. And as you can see, we do have players starting to rotate around. Carla coming down with the Holger in hand. You can see Mass is starting to go up towards that top building. Carla finds 1. Carla finds 2. Good rotation out of her. And ARP already off to a good start, picking up that round 1 win there.
Do you think it's a pace thing that Honeybees needs to just kind of throw out the thinking on this offense. You just got to push, but and I'm not really sure what Honeybees has to do. This defense is really strong for ARP.
Definitely hard to say, but Cammy able to Hail Mary a grenade and picks up a kill onto Ana, and that's going to be just another instance of ARP having a player advantage here in Search and Destroy, and definitely looking pretty unfortunate for the Honeybees right now. Bianca coming through with a nade coming in towards the A. Gonna pick up that bomb, but you know, at this point, if you look at the positioning on the map, you look at the really good defense that ARP has set up right now. You've got 2 guarding each bomb. You know you have the player advantage, and you've got 1 player mid ready to rotate or pick up a kill. And then look at Honeybees. Honeybees are very awkwardly spread right now. Look at the bomb not being with the team right now.
Kind of something that I pointed out in the standoff too for both teams. Just both of these teams really trolling super hard with the bomb. You want the bomb to be in a central position, and you also don't want the bomb to die further away from your teammates, like so much further advanced than everybody else, because you want flexibility with that bomb carrier. When you get a kill over by the B side, or you get a kill over in mid, you get a kill over on the other side of the map, you want the bomb carrier in the central position to be able to decide a little bit on what lane they want to take to get that bomb down, because ultimately your goal is planting the bomb in S&D on offense. So a lot of teams don't really like have their philosophy set around that, and as we see Bianca just sprint through basketball with the bomb, and that was highly questionable there. It just looks like ARP's defense is a lot more strong than what's going on with the coordination over here on the side of Honeybees.
Enemy has dropped the bomb. Bomb spotted.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, and this feels like one of the better performances we've seen out of ARP all season long, and one of the worst performances we've seen out of the Honeybees. So definitely goes to show that any team can beat any team when the competition is this close early on. And Carla, we're gonna have to hop on over and see if she's able to pick up one with the Holger there. Able to get Bianca down dangerously low. Now finding bullets onto Rue. And Fer gonna come through with the assist, and that's once again ARP just finding another player advantage once again.
This is kind of what I talked about, defense in that ring, that spawn, that laundry spawn that you get right next to that ring. At the very start of the round, most teams don't have united fronts. You're going to see these 2-1-2 splits that you have. But when you're pushing this B side and you choose to do that, if you're not doing it lightning quick, like Blitzkrieg type lightning fast, you're going to give a lot of time for these teams to rotate back and defend that ring, and then it becomes very, very not fun to defend here. We've got 4v2s here, and Anna's going to really get a nice 2-piece there to not quite equalize it, but it's a 3v2 now. Certainly a lot more workable than before.
Oh my goodness,
Molly's
what a
got
shot
another
by
one there, so
Molly.
it's 2v2. If I'm this team, I am rotating it right through the middle part of the map. Let's try to get to B. But Anna's going to see another one in the middle part of that kitchen and just not narrowly be able to win that gunfight. Molly now in a 1v2, but you have information at the very least on one player, and you can maybe make it work. It looks like she's trying to pick up that sniper. She's got the sniper combination with that other primary weapon in her pocket. Reliable submachine gun there, and she has the bomb, so certainly workable here. Wasn't a sub, it was a shotgun, but who cares? The shorty might as well be the power weapon, and oh my god, she almost did it to him, but that doesn't narrowly land on the face of that ARP player. And 3-0, the defense is just way too solid for ARP.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. From my angle, that looked like that shot was like right between the eyes, but
On her face, yeah.
sometimes the spectator do think it was probably just a little bit off. But ARP, they're up 3-0. They're in a prime position right now to possibly come
What is
through.
the bomb doing?
Oh, Fer able to get one onto Rue. That's going to be bombed down in the basketball court as well. I don't know why it's so aggressively pushed up through the smoke, but you can see Fer standing on top of it right now. Looking to get shots on Molly, finds another. Bianca was able to get a double, but Kira and Fer come through with some big refrags. It's now a 2 versus 2 once again.
Not so much that the bomb is dead as much as it is that the bomb is dead and nobody else is around to help the bomb sprint solo through that basketball. Like I said in the previous round, there just is not a united front on most of these bomb sites where you're not playing 5v5 retake on the garage. You're often playing with a strong man advantage. So you need to get the utility out, and you need to be strong on these entries. And unfortunately, the bomb is entering on the site, dying first, and the rest of us are just hopping around through the fields of the outer parts of the map. So now we've got the bomb in a very, very horrible position. Snipers to watch the doorways here. It looks like Anna's going to narrowly meet a corner here. If she peeks, she may very well forfeit her life. But Fur on the other, Bianca's on the top, and we've got a pinch for the side of Honeybees. The entry's going to come out, but Kira's last alive with the sniper rifle. She's going to be able to have an opportunity to get one there. The bomb is not going to quite go down, but they're not going to need it because that kill's going to come through for Honeybees. And unfortunately, the defense falters there a little bit. But if you're Honeybees, this last round, you just gotta try to come out of this side with a little bit more under your belt. Hit a bomb site with strength, hit a bomb site with utility, and just try to get a bomb down.
Yeah, Rue taking a bit of damage there, but is gonna make it out alive, and definitely more of a coordinated push right now from the side of the Honeybees. Fur now pinned down in a corner here. Shorty, Rue gonna pick that one up.
Okay, there's the kill.
Look, if I'm Honeybees, this bomb needs to be like in the middle of being planted right now, right?
Like that ass. Like there's the kill. ARP has pretty much done this 2-1-2 the entire game. You've got one of them on the A site at the very least. Maybe they move around, but you've got a bomb site opportunity to get the bomb planted. There we go. It finally goes down here, and they're kind of picking a side. They're playing their spawn. Certainly something you can do. Hopefully the bomb is planted in such a way that it can be seen from the water here, though. Kira's got a really nice kill there, and the bomb is planted very nicely for the pool area. So advantageous position. I'm not quite sure if they can be stretched. The fake defuse will come out, and Bianca will slide that and make a nice play there on the bomb side. It's a 3v1, and Bianca will clean that up. So that's exactly what you have to do. Every single round, it's been a 2-1-2 or a 2-2-1 or something like that on that bomb site. Get the first kill, get the bomb down, and then you're fine. But now we're going to go into a Honeybees defense, and hopefully ARP can make better usage of their offensive rounds.
Smoked out.
Oh, don't mind me, I just got a permaban. Someone, actually, it looks like one of my mods must have got it. Thank you, guys. Anyway, we do have...
Much better already. Look at this.
Yeah, definitely a great position for them to be in, but look at Rue with this very, very aggressive backside push here. Might be able to pick up Bianca, might be able to pick up Kira, and that was one of the key players for ARP in the last Search and Destroy, so definitely something to make note of. Anna's able to come through with one onto Fur. You can see that Karlik, and here Rue is looking for it. What? Shorty to the face!
Yeah, if Carla got that kill on the back there, the round was certainly very, very, very looking good. Cammy's in a nice spot here in the middle, but there's just way too much going on there. The pool collapse comes through, and the bomb will be defused. But that's an excellent offensive round, quite honestly, for ARP. You pushed the site. It was strong. You got the utility out. It was a little late on the bomb plant, but nevertheless, the bomb still went down, and it was a 5v5. Do that same exact thing, and more rounds than not, you'll see that these offenses go into the favor of ARP, and we may be closer to an ARP advancement in this tournament. But 3-3, Honeybees is not going away quite yet, but ARP again sticking to the script. There goes the smokes. The utility comes out really nice and strong. There go the bomb. Hopefully we can get a bomb down. Mass is going to go on ahead and start to plant that, and here it goes. Get the bomb down, pick a side. We're running it right through the pool part here, and here comes the 5v5 retake.
Yeah, Rue needs to be careful here. Kira is just scouting out those stairs, but it is going to be Fur coming through with one. Fur looking for two, but Cammy's there to back her up. Mass playing mid here. They're going to have a good defense for money window with the likes of Cammy as well. There's a couple kills that come through. Molly and Aeon each find one. It's now a 3 versus 3. Kira able to find Aeon, one of the best picks you could have had here. Cammy with Rue as well, and Molly going to fall 4-3 lead now for the side of ARP. Could be 2 rounds away from finding themselves a spot in the finals. And if you're ARP and you come in as the 3rd seed and you have good games against the number 2 seed that 2-0'd you in the main series like this, or main season like this, you got to be feeling good, and you've got to really have a lot of drive for this win.
They got it though. It's a 4v, or rather a 4-3 round advantage here, and now they're going to switch out the pace just a little bit. I think that they take note that Honeybees has been on this flank, and there it goes. It gets addressed immediately. Kira kills the deep flanker there, Rue, on the back end here. So you have choices here. This is why having the bomb in a nice central location around your team is good. You kill the deep flank. You kind of know that that's the thing that Honeybees has been trying to do this entire game. You have options. You can rotate back through your spawn and try to hit the B site. You can push it through mid here. You've got another opening kill there for Kira, and that kill comes into the form of that money window player. The bomb, unfortunately, trolls a little bit there and pokes her head out just a little too far, but you've got pretty strong presence here on the site, and you could really do anything at this point. Still, you've got another opportunity here for to get a nice kill there. The shorty's going to come out, and this is a very key gunfight here in the middle part of the map there. Fur will get it, but she'll get traded by Aeon immediately, and Cammy is in the middle of quite a lot of stuff happening here. Kira, her sniper, is pretty deep in the back area there, but it's kind of a little worrying that the bomb has continued to advance on this side. I think he had opportunities to...
Yikes.
He definitely had opportunities to rotate it back there, and then again, just no support from your sniper. The bomb carriers in this map continue to troll over and over and over again. Kira's in a nice spot though. I mean, she can potentially do something here. She's got some space to work with. She'll come up on a person right in front of her. Aeon will win that with the shorty. That's unfortunate. It seems like the Holger might win that gunfight a little more often, but shorty to the face there, a little two-tap. And we're going for 2-4.
Destroy the objective.
This has definitely been a exciting series, and I gotta say, one of the things I've noticed about the girls mobile mayhem is there's a lot less shorty. We still see it. We definitely still see it, but there are a lot more players that just opt to not use it or don't pull it out. Ooh, big trade comes through for the side of Honeybees here.
Sorry, give me a minute. I'm looking at a...
Oh, you're good. I'm just...
related chat.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Just watching some of the players rotate here. ARP. They've moved themselves up over to the basketball court, but it is a 2 versus 4. And they do have players over watching them right now. We have Aeon up at the top of the steps. Bianca there as well. And then Anna and Rue are mid watching that central rotation. Might get a bomb plant, but ARP definitely not in a comfortable position to defend. A lot of bodies still alive on the side of Honeybees right now.
That defense has been a staple of this map, and I really like this setup out of Honeybees. You really literally have to do absolutely less than nothing. They've got to get the bomb down, and then they have to defend it. So once the bomb is down, you can certainly work from there, but Kira just jumps out to her death there, and Bianca does as well, or rather Bianca kills Cammy there as well, and the bomb is going to be defused on that defensive side by Honeybees. I've liked the formula for ARP. The only thing I've disliked is the maintenance of the bomb and where that person is going down before everybody else. If they can clean that up, they can certainly round out this offensive side a little bit before the game is over, but Honeybees is looking pretty strong on defense. Everybody's looking pretty strong on defense, and Kira has an opportunity here looking over her teammates to make something happen. But we've got the bomb once again split off from the main priority focus of the team to the extremity. She is over by the pool side, and she's got an engagement here. Molly, the sniper, will rip her face off, and I just strongly dislike this again. Cammy now has the bomb. The rest of your team is red. Why is the bomb there? That makes absolutely no sense at all. Fair will get a nice kill on the middle part of the map there. It's a 4v4. Another one to go for Fur, but she won't be able to get it. Rue is very weak, and Cammy will equalize. So it's a 3 versus 2, and ARP has an opportunity now to get a bomb down. Look at every single kill that you've gotten on the map. It's all been in the direction of that B site. It's as open as it can be possibly to get a bomb down, and Cammy will get the bomb down. Pick a side now. Are you playing through laundry? Are you playing through red? Certainly ring is not your primary focus. You should not be stacking it up there on the ring. You're giving yourself way too much space to be pinched here. The laundry control will come through, but not quite clear here as we see Bianca right there at the base of the stairs. She's got an opportunity in between a couple players to make a kill happen, but it won't happen. And Molly with the sniper last alive, 1 versus 3. It looks like ARP's got an opportunity to send it into a round 11 here, but one kill there for Molly. It's a 2v1. The bomb is down. She's got the sniper shorty combination. It's doable. And Kira, still the other team sniper, still alive. She'll miss the shot here, but the information goes down, and Cammy and Kira both happen to know what's happening there. The shorty will miss, but Molly has another opportunity, still with another one in the chamber to get the kill there. Molly is going to just hop the bomb. She's an absolute psychopath here, but it just does not work. It just does not work there. Why would you hop the bomb with 1 second left? Like, that's nuts. It goes to around 11 here, but absolute juice. And ARP once again on the defensive side. This looks like extreme danger zone for Honeybees. Super danger zone. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, what better way can you have a semifinals open up the day than a round 11 search and destroy? I think the only thing that could make it better would be like a sniper 1v1 at the end, but we'll
eyes
see what we
on
get there.
Anna right here. All eyes on the bomb carrier, because the bomb carrier this entire game has been hard trolling. So Anna, if she gets ripped here, I'm pointing the finger as a hard cost. We've got to see something happen. Let's get some utility out. Let the snipers work a little bit, but start to see what bomb set we want to go towards. It looks like Honeybees is leaning towards this red. They want to get this kill on this ring area, and they're looking for it. So that just means if you are Bianca, if you are Anna over here on this other side, you just have to do nothing. Molly will get mass on the pick there, and there's another player still quite set up nicely on that ring, but the push will come through for Honeybees, and it's a 5 versus 4.
It's a 5 versus 4, but just look how uncoordinated their spread is right now. Fortunately, Molly able to pick up another one is gonna like basically make it unlosable to them.
Oh
Molly finds 3 before
said,
Kira finally gets a kill, but I think Molly like single-handedly won them the round here. If you want me to be honest with you, the coordination of the bomb like being garage still, and Molly having to get 3 picks before the team pushed up is
I don't know what's going on there.
that was rough.
Just like-
that was rough.
Molly just said, "Alright, I got the first one. I got
Y'all
the second one. I
have
got the third
trolled
one."
enough.
She's like, "Please." She's like, "Please, bomb, please. I got 3 kills. Come plant. Come over here, please." And the bomb's like checking out the Lambos, looking in the windows. I don't know what's going on over there, but good lord, Honeybees by the skin of their teeth knock out ARP. Unfortunate, man. Super unfortunate to see that defensive and offensive kind of setup played the entire series on the standoff and on the raid here. But regardless, Honeybees will advance, and hopefully we get back to that Honeybees and NYX matchup. They'll have an opportunity, and NYX here will have to win their round against, I'm not sure, let's check it out. They will have to win their matchup against
Explicit.
Explicit to make it to the final, to face off against arch nemesis Honeybees here in the final. So
I gotta say, having been one to cast Honeybees this entire season, that was the most unorganized I have seen that team all season long. You pretty much hit it spot on in the standoff when you were mentioning that the bomb control for both teams was pretty rough.
Just horrid, yeah.
And it continued in the raid. And I gotta say, if you're going up against a team like NYX, you know, like at least that's what anybody in chat and any of us are going to expect right now. You know, you've got Explicit, you've got NYX. Nobody expects NYX to drop a game here. So presumably it's going to be Honeybees NYX in the final. And if you're going to play that sloppy against the Honeybees, they are going to take you to town. So we are going to take a short break, guys, while we get players in the lobby. And we'll be back as soon as we can as well. We do have a quick Battle Pass trailer for you guys.
Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. No signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh. 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 It's black and white. Oh. Come on, baby. Love, no more, baby. Black and white. Come on, baby. Love, no more, baby. It's black and white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh. 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 It's black and white. It's black and white.
Hey guys, just as a quick little inside info here on what we got going on, Explicit were unable to field a roster for the semifinals matchup. We're currently trying to figure out if they are going to be able to field a roster for the third place matchup, which would be against ARP, or if we're going to be jumping into the grand finals with NYX versus the Honeybees. So, stick around. I'm sorry about the long wait. I know a lot of you guys are saying start, but I can't start a lobby that has 0 players in it. So we'll get to it as soon as we can.
Invincible.
Alright guys, just as a quick update, it does look like we are going to have a third place matchup for you guys. Explicit was finally able to pull a roster together, at least seemingly so we'll get into the action as soon as we can for you guys, as soon as we have our verifications done. Alright guys, sorry about the long wait there. Unfortunately, Explicit was having some trouble fielding a roster, but they were finally able to get 5 together for the third place matchup. And they're going to be going head-to-head against ARP, who was 1 round away from being in the finals against NYX. And they did succumb to the fury that was the Honeybees. So we'll have to see if ARP can have another good performance or if Explicit is here to take home that third place prize. We do have our map picks and bans. Zim, do you have those available to go through, or?
I do not.
All right, then we will. Here. This is not updated, B. This is Unless if you just put the name in wrong. This is Honeybees versus ARP. Is that right? Is that what I'm supposed to be on? I don't think so. Are the maps right? Okay.
Who says we need the map bands anyway? We're all right.
All right. Well, that nothing. So I'm instead gonna read through them. So we've got a raid, hardpoint, a search and destroy firing range, a domination on takeoff, hardpoint on summit, and if we make it to a game 5, it'll be a search and destroy on standoff. Admins are telling me the maps were correct, but the team names and the bands were not. So,
all right.
Let's see. Sparrow and kinetic armor are going to be banned, so Annihilator are going to make it through.
Okay, cool. I mean, so that pretty typical. You get that power operator out. The Annihilator's really, really solid. Kinetic armor goes away. Kinetic armor I don't think can be one Annihilator, so some people speculate that kinetic armor is a pseudo counter to it. Like the accuracy or like the preemptive thinking that you would have to hear an Annihilator being popped and pop your kinetic at the same time is very difficult, but nevertheless the Sparrow's out and that's going to be really good. So here, P1, a nicely contested point. Typically it ends up being that way. Yadi, it looks like, is stuck in the spawn. Can you take a look at her? She might be in the wall.
Yeah, we were spectating her. I don't think so. I think she was trolling.
I don't know what's going on there. She might have been stuck in the wall there, but the first wave goes down and ARP is going to be able to win that. The early time is going to go in their favor in the flavor of 20 points. But a nice pinch here coming out for Explicit, and the waves are going to be stabilized here. A nice spawn flip for the side of ARP, and now they're on the good side with the lead. It looks like they're going to be starting the game on the good foot.
Yeah, it looks to be the case right now. We do have Jules rotating on over, trying to get some of those jungle spawns coming. And now you can see the rest of the team starting to push through kitchen as well. We do have 2 players of ARP starting to make that rotation. Fur going to pick up Veda. Kira going to find the refrag onto Jules. And this is a big opportunity if they can win these fights here. But unfortunately doesn't see Fatal rotating behind. And that might be spawns anchored now for the side of Explicit, who might be able to come through with a little bit better of a hold here. As we do see ARP starting to push on over.
ARP still does have a little bit of a lead, but the wave after wave is still very, very solid for Explicit right now. They're locking down that kitchen. And quite honestly, don't put too much stock into this hill if you are the side of ARP. Yadi continues to have problems moving off the spawn. I don't know if that's some kind of glitch or something, but something definitely to monitor as she dies again right there. We'll see if she's able to move off spawn again. It looks okay, but ARP able to get into the hill and contest a little bit. The kills will put them in a position of little bit of a neutral point here. But if I'm ARP, I'm taking this lead and I'm rotating to the new where I can potentially get a 60. They're a little bit on the back foot there as they get the spawns for P2, unfortunately. But Explicit here has an opportunity to take away this deficit that they have here and get a little bit of time back on that garage hill.
Yeah, and Garage Hill is the biggest money hill in my opinion. The spawns are the most consistent, and the angles are some of the easier ones to watch due to the head glitching potential that you have inside of there, as well as watching corner rooms like Jules is here, able to pick up 1. Fur, however, going to get a refrag there. Big opportunity for them to start pushing in. Grenades come through. Roslyn finds a big double before getting taken down. And there again, you can see the spawns just anchored so well on this garage. You don't get spawns this good on defense for basketball court, you know?
I actually hate seeing that. It's like you see ARP there if you were able to rewind it when the VOD comes out a little bit later tonight. ARP actually pushing that hill on the good side, and the kills that they got just were punished by the game, where they got those kills literally right in front of them on that outside driveway Lambo, and Explicit players just spawned literally right on top of the place that they just killed them on. Regardless, the time is pretty much going to go into the entire favor of Explicit, and ARP will manage to get the scrap there, but a rotation is coming through for ARP, and as clean as you possibly can be on the split here. They've got a little bit of an entry on the bomb site, or not the bomb site, the hill there, the basketball site. A nice wall bang there will come out for Mass there on the hill. She's got a grab spike, so I'd like to see her in the cubby maybe a little bit, but a pinch here for the side of Explicit. Will get into the hill, and there goes the spawns. Just the joke of the spawns. The entire Explicit team happens to spawn inside the basketball hill, and the Pred comes through. But another clean-ish rotation, I suppose, for Explicit.
Alright, Kira comes through with a big double kill there. Maybe looking for a 3, a 4, make it a 5, almost a 5. Unfortunate for her, but that's a big team clear out for her side as they will start to extend their lead a little bit once again. And Cammy with the Annihilator. Wait, hold on. Okay, my game is bugging because it's saying that Fur's in a Goliath. She does have a Goliath, so could potentially see that.
It's saying that it's available.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's in her pocket. Fur has a Goliath for sure. And that was a really juicy spot for them to be in with the Annihilator on that staircase. They had a really nice pred that got 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken there. And time still ticking for ARP. A close game between them and Explicit here, but the Goliath is down for Fur. She's able to get that out into the Zig area, and the Goliath will come through onto the point pretty uncontested. Very healthy Goliath there. And her entire team, her entire opponent team spawning to her back here. She doesn't quite know yet that they're right behind her. Unfortunately, that's going to lead to her demise in the Goliath. And Explicit will be able to get the wipes out of the hill and take control of that. So hopefully they can manage to stabilize with this sentry gun a little bit too. They've got operators in their pockets and kills galore going into the favor of ARP. The waves are going to come out, and just as quickly rather, as they broke that hill, ARP takes it right back just with a little bit of a sentry gun of their own and good coordination on those cuts with the smoke grenades. But it's just a dogfight right now in the middle part of the hill. Here ARP has the contest. Very good to go here, and with the red spawns here, it just looks like the game continues to bail out Explicit, giving them the good side and potentially the setup for P2. So if they don't lose the game, or rather P1, so if they don't lose the game here on this middle part of the hill as they break that, they can potentially drag this on to maybe another kitchen.
Yeah, they might be able to. Fur comes through with a big double there. Kira and Cammy each finding a kill as well. Only 13 points to go for ARP, and they're in a good position for locking down the ring here. I don't know why I'm having so much lag issues today, but the game keeps like wanting to freeze up. Hopefully it's not affecting people watching and it's just on my end, but
you know, it looks like ARP's got the really nice setup there, and they're able to get them to spawn in that middle part. The death rotation, as a lot of people like to consider that one, that might be the hardest transition in the game. You lose that first wave on P1 there on raid, and you spawn middle part of the map, and you've got a whole lot of space to travel through the middle, and then you've got to pick that side. Do you want to go through that laundry where inevitably you're spending more time rotating, you could die? Do you want to push through mid where you're obviously very exposed to a whole bunch of different angles? The red doesn't necessarily give you any good footing to work from in terms of the next spawn. So it's just a really difficult position. ARP is able to cut out that first map, but we still have a best of 5 series. The hard point goes in their favor, and now into the S&D. This is a team that we've seen play pretty well in this mode throughout the entirety of this year. They were able to beat the brakes off of Honeybees in that standoff. So just taking a look real quick on the map that they're inevitably
the brakes off of them.
Yeah, they did. They beat the brakes off of them. If you watch those games, you'd know that it was incredibly troll the entire way through. But a 6-1 victory over a team like Honeybees is a 6-1 victory. It won't be standoff. It'll be firing range, but they're going to be on defense, it looks like, as Explicit has the red side, and ARP has been stronger on defense than they have on offense. So that looks to spell a good base point for them to jump off of.
Yeah, and I definitely got to say, Yachty's definitely got to put a little bit more effort into this one. I do appreciate you coming through it the nicest possible way to say this chick is just trolling in the corner, but we'll have to see as we get into this game if they're able to pull anything together. Just waiting on one to load in for the side of Explicit, and we'll get the ball rolling for you guys. Obviously, ARP have looked pretty solid overall in the search and destroy today. As you mentioned, the 6-1 victory over Honeybees in the standoff, and then as we got into our last game as well, they took it all the way to a round 11 before getting clowned on in that last round. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully they learned a little bit from that game and they can play this a little bit more organized. We're getting on into the action.
Well, they look like a defensive team, and they're on defense, so quite honestly, not a lot of teams in this event that I've seen, besides maybe NYX, are very decisive on bomb sites, decisive just in the direction that they want to go. Utility doesn't seem to be like a big sticking point for them either. But that seems to play into the favor of ARP. They're just kind of chilling out and sitting back on these bomb
lights
sites.
out here. Jules gets caught with a concussion check and ends up falling, so that's going to be a first blood for ARP. Kira, what on earth
Lord.
was that? Did you see that?
I did.
Was that just like... I mean,
maybe a little bit of spectator, maybe a little bit of spectator glitch. I don't know exactly how it looked on the screen, but that looked nuts.
It was definitely interesting. I understand sometimes you get that aim assist, but that seemed like a bit of a long range shot with a sniper for some aim assist. Good game sense must be. Ooh, Yachty taking some damage on the run now. Trying to play this bomb, doesn't know that Mass is rotating behind her though, and that's going to be another kill going to Mass, and a first round going to go in favor of the side of ARP, who are looking to take an edge, looking to take a lead in this best of 5.
I mean, if the spread defensive setup where you just sit on bombs and wait for them to kind of come through into your lanes is working, certainly just continue to ride that wave until it does not work anymore. Again, another map where we're looking and pretty much seeing a consistent 2-1-2 type setup. We had Kira looking over that middle part here, but now not too much pressure in the middle part of the map there. Carla is going to get a nice kill, and Utility will come over the trailer. The trophy system will defend, and the snipers pretty much have all of the lanes covered. We've got an AR looking over the middle part of the map, and Cammy kind of coming back and forth. And not a very aggressive team that's choosing to be decisive on bomb sites. They're looking for picks, but they're not quite able to execute on them. And ARP will be happier than ever to just sit on the bomb sites and wait for them to make a play. A 4v4 will come out now. Jules kills Kira, and here comes the advance on the bomb site.
Yeah, Jules comes through with one big pick, but Cammy is able to get a refrag, and then Jules, little B position in there, pushes a little bit too far up, aggressive with a sniper in hand. It does get taken down. Now it's Veda who does get taken down, and 2-0 lead going over to the side of ARP. And again, if they keep this up, they're going to take a 2-0 lead in this series. And I don't know. It's not looking good for Explicit right now. They're not playing together as a team, and that's rough.
I mean, the snipers are just really good right now for ARP. If you're the side of Explicit, this is exactly what you have to do. Throw the utility, try to get the smoke out, and just hit the bomb site. They've got that trailer control. The kills will come through. Aggressive pushing through the barrel area, but it won't work out for them as Cammy will get 2 of them. But they've got bomb site control if they can get 1 more, and Jules does right there. It's a 2 versus 2 now, and they have the bomb down. The sniper will push through onto that barrel where you know a Holger is, but Yachty will equalize it, and the bomb is still down in a not favorable position for Explicit right now. Certainly, Yachty in a nice central area in that trailer is just really looking for any kind of information on Carla. She has no idea where it is that she is, so that might be the greatest advantage right now for ARP as she continues to search. Carla should just kind of stick true to this style. Just sit down and try to see if you can get some information. She does right there, and the engagement comes through on the A-long, but the bomb will rotate. And there's a lot of room right here for Yachty to make a play. Carla does see her cross to B, so she knows that the bomb will be most likely going down on that B site. She's choosing to walk.
Yachty, why are you behind the bomb? Oh my god.
What? Oh, she didn't get the bomb down?
She got the bomb plant, but she had such an
like
opportunity. She knew where the enemy was. She could have just played the head glitch mid. Ends up getting the kill anyway, but you knew where the enemy was rotating from. Why would you plant in an exposed angle?
I was actually watching Carla mid-map, so I didn't see the foolery
that
you're describing. But
oh my goodness, man. It just straight...
Yeah.
She planted on, like, the tunnel side.
On ramp side?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, just like total balls ego challenge there. But,
dude, I don't know what's up with this event, the S&D has been nuts, man. But Carla, her teammate Fair will get a kill there, and they're pushing up a little bit on this jungle area. We're just not seeing a lot of strength on pushing these sites. Mass will get another kill on the back there, and the pinch is totally exposed. You still have a lot of strong defense on A there, and they continue to challenge this jungle where you probably have no business in doing that. There's just not any sense of security for you on that back end there. They're choosing to push the A side now, but I think that they can get this bomb down and maybe work a couple kills.
Yeah, Fatal comes through with a big kill there, gets the wallbang onto Fur. It's going to make it a 3 versus 3, and they get the bomb plant. And this is huge because that's going to force ARP to play against the Glock.
I mean, you're both in the trailer now. All you have to do is crossfire the trailer and play the sound. If you're gonna challenge anything, you challenge it through A-long. But for some reason, she goes out through the door. You've got the bomb planted. You can just use your ears at that point. No need to get out of the bomb site. Here comes the fake defuse, and she's gonna force Yachty's hand on the check here. A little bit of a jiggle will respect that. She's gonna slide out immediately and just die onto the bomb site. I mean, once you jiggle that doorway and you see that she's not defusing, just play again for the next pickup. Certainly. You can make a little bit of a play there, but that's just a death zone. You don't want to be challenging through that door or even the barrel where you have no leverage to challenge that head glitch. It's one of the strongest ones in the game in that scenario. So you see a lot of teams from that, or a lot of individuals, people that are very just talented at the game. They'll know this and they'll just, okay, I see him on the bomb site. I'm immediately going to break it out and go A-long and just trust that my timing works out for me. Doesn't quite work out there, but Xplicit still super strong. The push is coming out onto the A side, and 2 good kills are going to come out for them, and they have another bomb plant.
Yeah, and I think that's another one of those big spots where you were mentioning, hey, you've got trailer control, you've got the bomb planted, you guys can literally just watch each other's angle, and the two players, you know, a 1-for-1 trade at that point is the round for you. And unfortunately, they were unable to pull it together. It is going to be Carla coming through with 1. Jules is in a corner here, getting rotated on. If Carla catches a glimpse of the body, oh, you saw the weapon switch.
Yeah,
oh
she
man,
didn't see it. Doesn't look like she saw it, and she had the sniper
Gets the kill anyway.
in her pocket. I mean, here another situation where this trailer chow is just not going to be a good one for you. Kira will go in there with the shorty, the best possible weapon, probably going into a tight area like that. The trailer and defense has been a very nice shining spot for ARP, and if you're looking in terms of this map in particular, it's that jungle. That pinch comes out every single time. You'll see Explicit bang it through the A site. They'll get these kills down, they'll get the bomb down, and just time after time they're getting killed on the flank, and that pinch becomes inevitable. It becomes very difficult to deal with, and then there's nothing for you to do. Now ARP is going to take the same exact road, and hopefully they can address some of the issues that they were exploiting for the other side. They get this bomb down, and here it comes. The same exact thing that happened to Explicit on the other end is happening, quite honestly, now to ARP. The flank is going to come through. They've got an entire end of the map totally exposed as Jewel gets a kill there on the front end, and Fatal has an opportunity to get another one inside the trailer. At this point, you got to know that all of them are stacked up into the trailer. You didn't see anybody push through the barrel side, and Jules by herself with a sniper. Carla will get whipped on right now, and you know another person's behind the bomb site. You've got to take this chow. If you win that, that's huge, but you have no time now. You just kind of got to kill this kid in the trailer. Hopefully that'll go for them. She tries the no scope and it does not work. And another round for ARP, 5-1. They've been making defense look really solid.
Yeah, and that's another one of those moments where I'm like, man, as much as I hate the gun, as much as I hate seeing it, the smart play there for Jules is pull out that shorty, challenge the doorway with the shorty, instead of having the sniper in hand. It's just going to be more consistent at that early or close range, and it is going to be Fur picking one up onto Fatal, looking for Jules, but Jules cracked with the sniper in hand. 9 kills on the board for herself, picks up a big one there. Going to get that information to her team that the plant's coming through, and now you can start to see the rotations coming through. Kira finds Jules, and Veda doesn't check top, and Roslyn able to turn around and pick that one up. Veda somehow wins the miracle gunfight in front of her before getting taken down by Kira. Actually, that's Roslyn.
Cool, Yachty, good. They got the numbers there. Oh my god, she's tagging him up in the back there, but she's not going to get the kill. Kira's in the back on the heady. Kira just doesn't seem to know that she's there. She's going to have to check it with the sniper rifle and the shorty? What? From what?
The one tap shorty from Narnia.
Steph Curry from the 3-point line with the shorty just domes her in the face with the one tap. That's nuts. That's And if you saw it from Yachty's perspective just a little bit prior, Yachty put a good like maybe 20 bullets into that.
Oh yeah.
Tagged her up. She tagged her up, and she wasn't even like less than half. Healed up really quickly. Perhaps she has quick fix. I wish I could check that, but maybe she had quick fix where when she was able to kill that person in the jungle, heal that back a little bit, and be at full health. And what's better than a heady, a shorty, and and just not too much space in between you? But that was nuts. ARP takes a 2-0 map advantage now in this best of 5 here.
Yeah, they're sitting up 2-0, and that was a
Yeah.
really, really good game for ARP. The first search and destroy for them in the last series was really in their favor as well. I think that was also a 6-1 or a 6-2, so definitely a good search day for ARP. Now that they're up 2-0, maybe they can find a little bit of ground here at the beginning of the domination because, again, they put up a great fight last time. We were mentioning, you know, hey, if you're a strong search team, if you're the team that has the edge in search, if you're able to pick up that follow-up domination, then you're in a great spot. You have that hard point as a cushion before you get back into your comfort zone. Excuse me. But I got to be honest, with the way Explicit are playing right now, I don't think we're seeing a game 4.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it's pretty concise here. We've got a pretty solid traditional map that's going to be played here, if I'm not mistaken. What is it, Takeoff? Let's check. It's a Dom Takeoff. Not that bad of a map. Pretty good. In my opinion, I think Dom Takeoff plays pretty well. And pretty simple. You're not gonna have to really overthink too much. You get your caps, you sit in your power positions, and you kind of go from there. But from the strength that ARP has displayed in the respawns, even going back to their matchup with Honeybees and some of those, able to take the Dom Crossfire against them, I think that they're sitting in a nice spot to potentially take this one out in a 3-0 and take 3rd place in the Mobile Mayhem Girls Tournament. What's the prize pool for this match, anywho?
For
I don't even know what it is.
this match?
Yeah,
I
for
don't know.
third place.
I think the whole thing's $2,000, but
Sure, but what's 3rd place? Admins!
B.
I feel like Bobby. Admins! What's the prize pool? I don't know what it is. I don't even have the spreadsheet.
I don't have it ahead of me right now.
Hello, do you have the prize pool?
She's not in here right now.
1,600, 300. So it's $300. It's not a small amount of money. $300 for 3rd place.
$60
In a lot of
person between the 5 of you, right?
Yeah.
But we'll try to get you guys some listen-ins with both of the teams this time. I think a good plan, Zim, is going to be on the first B cap, we'll jump in with the team that gets the B cap, and then in the first B cap of the second half, we'll jump in with the opposite team.
Explicit. Ooh, 4 people in the hallway. Oh my god, fair. She's not going to be able to get it, but that was a lineup from the heavens. She wasn't able to see anybody from the smoke there, but a nice set of kills come through, and this is exactly what you want to see. That dome control is entirely going to end up being this A cap here, and I love the response here from Explicit. You're never going to get to one of those home flags in time, so just take that B cap where you can and try to stabilize a home flag afterwards. I tend to like the C flag a little bit better. I think you can defend it a little bit easier, and they do exactly that. So they're able to contest the A a little bit. Unfortunately, the cap goes through, but now we have a C flag for the side of Explicit, and here, as good a time as ever to hop into a listen-in with them. I'm gonna hop in with, Explicit. Yeah.
Oh, one's flipping for C.
See that.
We've taken the lead.
Contact with enemy.
Top yellow.
Oh, yellow.
Two top yellow.
Hey, yellow side. 1C.
Losing Charlie. We lost the lead.
We need people on yellow side. We don't
Ya
have
vi
no one
atrás,
yellow side.
We've taken
Me
the lead.
pegaron.
We lost the lead.
Enemy
Losing
contact.
Alpha.
Bro.
Ya vi, ¿quieres? Oh, ahí está una, ya vi. Bueno.
Top yellow too.
¿Qué?
Contact with enemy.
All right, some very, very quiet comms with the side of Explicit there, but definitely keeping their cool right now. They've got about a 9-point lead, but it's not super comfortable for them, especially since the only flag they maintain right now is the A flag, and Mass is tucked away in a good spot here to defend C. As you can see, Fatal rotating over, about to get absolutely bodied from behind in just a moment. Yep, gets collapsed on, and that lead's starting to dwindle away on a very awkward AC cap right now.
A little bit of frustration on the side of it, but I think CA is actually pretty good. You get them spawning in that high area where there's lots of space for them to transition from. That rotation from either of the, or rather to either of the home flags is not comfortable at all, and it takes lots of time. Whereas you get there, and if you die, it's all the more time you're wasting, but they're able to get the C flag there again, and this is a very tightly contested game. Now they're going to try to flip that script and go through that admin side and pick up that A flag. They've got the 2 to go. The Hunter Killer will go up preferred to try to see if she can get anything across the map happening, but the Hunter is too slow. The B cap is still in firm control of the Explicit team, and a nice contest is going to come out here. This is a key gunfight here for Fur. She'll win the first one and potentially take the second one here as her team is spawning high in the admin area. They're able potentially to have eyes to defend the B cap, as perhaps the most important person on the map right now being Rosalind, and she's spawning behind enemy lines a little bit. She's not going to be able to kill anybody, but she's in a really nice spot to get some kills on the cross here, and you have them spawning directly across from you. No reason to be looking at that side of the map. If that round was to go on a little bit longer, if the score was not so close and you obviously didn't win the round, she would have been in a really nice spot to make a play. But nevertheless, Explicit will take that round, and ARP's in a little bit of a danger zone here. They're down at the end of the first half, and they have to make something happen on this side.
Yeah, and we'll try to jump in with ARP here shortly. Mass gonna go ahead and get that cap. I actually didn't notice that Mass only has 3 kills on the board. She's typically one of those players leading the lobby in kills, so definitely a little bit interesting there. Cammy comes through with 1 with the Annihilator, rotating over to C, but does end up falling to Fatal, who's now in a gunfight with Kira. Kira can't find the bullets to connect, eventually does get it.
It actually feels like all of her engagements are actually kind of low. She's sitting at 8 in total, whereas her teammates are entering that 25-ish area. So just not really very active on the map there. She'll get 1 to go for her team there, and a cap as Fair pops a 3-piece. Good lord. If we switch over to Fair right now, she's got that Death Machine in another prime position to get another one. The Death Machine won't be able to cut through the second player there, but odd stabilization here, and they're still down. They have opportunities. Maybe if you throw a little bit of smokes here on the back of these 2 kills by Cammy and you hop that B flag. Just the willingness to hop B flag is not something that a lot of teams are really actively doing. Kira finally does it, but you could have had a lot more progress if not outright the B cap entirely. She'll be able to get half of the progression onto it, but her teammates are going to falter a little bit on that C flag. The big triple kill there is going to come out from the Pred missile, and now the same exact issue or position that Explicit was in. You're not spawning directly on top of a home flag. Get that B cap almost for free. There's a lot of space to travel, and just try to stabilize your home flag. They do that. The BC is set up, and now find some power positions, sit there and just kind of farm the kills.
Enemy down.
Yeah, we do have Fur rotating over, able to find 1. Cammy rotating around looking for the other. Kira in the background finds 3 as well. That's a squad wipe. And 1 point to go to tie this up. Fur comes through with another double to take enemies off of C. Gonna stop that cap, but the A flip, oh my goodness, the triple cap was right there. There it is. As we do actually have all of ARP spawning A now, so this is an opportunity for a home flag for Explicit, but they're still in just such a rough spot right now.
Yeah. Give me a minute, I'm responding to somebody at the end real quick.
Oh, you are all set. Jules gonna pick up 1 on to Mass there. Needs to be careful about the overlook, but is gonna get underneath her opponent. She does have an Annihilator available, so that is something to definitely be aware of. Mass gonna beam her off the ledge there. Now pushing on up towards B. Explicit were able to get the B flip back, so they have the C B hold. Let's see, 24, so we are just outside of triple cap territory, so Explicit still in a pretty decent spot right now. I think, if my math is right.
They've got the better 2 cap right now. The pressure on the other home flag is really nice, but Fatal has to win this one right here, and the equalizers won't let it go. They've got to stop the C flag from getting capped here while also trying to clean up a little bit of the B, and they managed to. Hopefully they can get the cleanup on a little bit of each of these flags here. They'll clean up on B a little bit.
Enemy in sight.
And Fatal's in a really, really key position. She has to kill Kira here. She will. And maybe getting another one will go a long way. But Jules with the Annihilator, now the next most important person for the team. Potentially winning the game. She gets 2 kills there on the flag. And she's going to clean up on C. She has another 2 coming right in front of her. The Hunter Killer should help her out. But she has the Annihilator. That's another huge one. And Yadi's just looking right over B. So she's good to go. The flags are going to get capped. Or rather, the flags are going to maintain capped for Explicit. The overlooking is fine for them as well. The map control looks very good. Jules will drop down the sentry, and she has a Predator missile to defend whichever flag is getting contested. Unfortunately, I'm not liking that Pred too much, but 2 players for ARP are just not moving. Fair and Carla just stopped playing the game. I think they just gave up at the end after they died. And they just gave up. But they weren't moving for a little bit. It was like maybe 5 or 6 seconds they stopped playing, and it definitely wasn't over at that point. But yeah, the win's gonna come through. Explicit's your 3rd place team. So they dodge NYX or whatever in the semifinal match. They don't want none of that. Maybe they don't get the players or whatever. And they just take your 3rd place match over ARP. That's gotta feel bad for ARP. Winnable games for sure.
Yeah, well, would definitely would be a long, hard-fought comeback, but Explicit could pull it together. As ARP actually, I think, was winning the kills for the most part. We did have one player from Explicit skip the kill cam, so we're not going to be able to see them on the scoreboard there. But as you guys can see, top frag for the lobby was Cammy with 23 on the board. She's been one of the biggest factors for the side of ARP all season long. Jules did struggle a bit in the early game, but came online so big in the second half of the second half. I mean,
yeah, it's all about how you close out the games. Like, you could literally be on some Deathleys type stuff the entire way through a map, but if you make that Jordan play at the end and you save your team a game, who cares? They're going to talk about how you finished and not how you started. Maybe they'll talk about how you started and they'll laugh at it a little bit, but I mean, you won, and that's what matters. So Explicit will take the 3-1 or 3-2. Sorry, no, 3-0.
No, ARP was up 2-0.
Oh,
so that's,
damn. It's not over. No, it's not over. Oh, shit. I thought it was over. I thought it was done. My bad.
No.
ARP 2-1. Okay. All right. Totally. I'm tripping. I am tripping balls. It's 2-1 then. Knock that off your shoulder, ARP. You're okay. You'll go to another hard point. You're all right. Let's check the hard point.
I assumed you were saying, man, what if Explicit comes back with the reverse sweep of Rapier?
No, I'm faded. I thought it was done. I'm super faded. Okay, so it's a hard point on Summit. I haven't seen ARP lose too many of these hard point summits, so I'm sure that they'll close it out right here. But damn, man, I'm super faded. I thought it was done. I was like, damn, that feels bad, ARP losing like that. But I just totally forgot the first 2 maps. Oops.
I mean, to be fair, if that was the case, if Explicit came through and won, you know they would get flamed for dodging NYX at that point. So.
Oh yeah, no. Yo, can I get the link to the spreadsheet? I actually want to see how many hardpoint summits Explicit has won this season. Can you can I see that? Do you guys keep that?
Hello's got it in there.
All right.
I think
what team is this? Explicit. They weren't even in the league at this point, right? No, when? Yeah, they were.
No, Explicit's been in
here,
the whole time.
Here goes. Dom Summit. I don't care about that. Raid. Firing range. Hardpoint. They played a summit against Truly. I'm assuming they beat. Yeah, they won 2-0, so they won the one summit. Truly was not very good that matchup. Firing range. They played another one. Oh, here it goes against ARP. Yeah, so they've won. Oh no, this was the. Hold on. So ARP played Explicit, where ARP won 2-1.
I think.
It was a game 3. Who won the first map in that series? Was it ARP?
I think it was actually Explicit.
Okay, so if that's true, then the last time these two teams played, Explicit actually won this map. So potential to go to a game 5. Potential for a reverse sweep. Who knows? ARP won that series 2-1 ultimately, but
today's a
We'll
new
see.
day.
But yeah, today's a new day. Who knows?
Yeah, we already saw ARP almost overcome Honeybees, who beat them 2-0 last time around, and not even a close 2-0 in my opinion, but we will...
Here we go. So Explicit's got the good side. And the goals remain the same. Don't get screwed, P1. Side and keep the green side. Go into P2 with the green side. And then just hold the... hold the hanger there. Hold the hanger and you're fine. You don't want to get smoked on P1. If you're getting smoked on P1, you're not going to have a good time. Because you're probably getting flipped, and then you're probably losing the game. So the top send is going to come through from the heavens right now for the side of Explicit. I really personally don't like the top send on that side. I think it's really, really troll. You give up all the power positions, you give up the staircase, and then you end up flipping the spawns, just like this happens right here. Explicit totally trolls themselves. They hand the spawns on a silver platter over to ARP, and now with the lead going in favor of ARP and the spawns, it's already looking really, really, really bad.
Yeah, definitely not ideal, and ARP does have a couple points here as a cushion on the P1, but Yachty comes through with a big 3-piece there, getting her only 3 kills on the board as part of that feed, but able to clear the whole of ARP out. Now, if they could just get someone to rotate over, what a slide from Yachty there! Able to pick up that one for kill number 4. Now, it's going to be Explicit taking a very, very slight lead, as well as getting those P2/P3 spawns back for themselves.
That's good. And they're not in a hole. That's good. They were able to stabilize a little bit from that initial wave that they sent, flip their spawns, but they have the green spawns, and that's really solid. You're going to be able to contest very nicely on this side. You don't want that to happen. The clean wave comes through. ARP will push out that green side. A work of absolute beauty. They don't stop at the wave. You see a lot of teams, they'll get those kills and then go back into the hill. They'll just sit there. No, push it through the green, secure yourself that spawn, and put that team on that back foot so that you can set yourself up for that P3. ARP does that very nicely. And with the spawns and a little bit of time to contest, they have a little lead to show for it. And good time knocking off on this P2 leading into P3. I mean, the Fanics are coming through. Gunfights are being won right now. ARP's in a good spot. And the rotations are already coming through as well, too. You have Kira in that deep anchor spot. Fatal's in a really nice position, potentially to get a kill here in the back end. She'll die, and the setup and the rotation is pretty much secured. ARP will be going into P3 with a lead and spawns.
Rosalind just came through with a melee kill on the Fur after taking 2 shorty shots at 3 inches away. Definitely pretty rough, but Fur gonna get some vengeance as she pushes up with the death machine there. Veda looking for one, gonna pick up Cammy, now looking to push back for those anchors, but gets cut off by Kira. And ARP, after losing that P2 spawn earlier, were able to turn things around. They grab the P3, and they're getting a lot of time on the board. I would say that this is the money hill of this map. This is the map with, or this is the part of the map with the spawns that are most easy to control. You get over to P4, and stuff honestly just gets wonky, and Veda almost able to win the 2-piece there, but her teammate comes through with another cleanup. Fatal is now here as well. Looks for the last one, but can't pick up the kill on Fur. There's just kills trading left and right, but nobody really getting any progress. And again, we're in a weird position where Explicit, okay, you're going to get the last 12 seconds or whatever of this hard point, but look at ARP. They're set up and ready to go. Cammy is a little bit AFK there, but
yeah. And we've seen teams just totally screw this up as well. It almost just doesn't matter here, because watch, Explicit's going to get the spawns, and then they're just going to full sprint at the hill and lose the spawns in the back end here. The correct thing to do 1000% of the time, anchor that spawn and almost play that entire spawn as Fair gets a huge 3-piece there. They're gonna, like, by the grace of God and just the way that the spawns are working out right now, get those back end there, but they're actually anchoring, and that's doing very well for them to be able to re-challenge on the point. Whereas when we saw the Honeybees matchup against the ARP, they didn't do that at all, and it cost them a lot of time on this hill. So I'm really happy to see them actually playing back on that point and securing themselves some time. Fortunately, it's not going to work too much for them in the way of the kills here. They're just going to get straight up smoked out anyway, and Explicit will end up on that point, dominating that time. But 20 seconds left, they're still spawning relatively near the hill. and they got a good chunk of time to go for them. So the game is definitely in a much more stable spot where anybody can definitely win. We go back into the P1 where control of that staircase that looks over that mid hall that you come through from that spawn in the previous hill is going to be very, very paramount in the success of whoever gets this time here. It looks right now like it's going to be Explicit with control of that hill.
Rosalind with the Hunter Killer Chuck. They're going to pick up 2 with that one. Fatal picks off Cammy, who slides in the doorway. Big opportunity for Explicit to turn things around here. They do need to be a little bit cautious on the spawns here, though. If you look, ARP have already gone ahead and set themselves up to anchor that P2, P3, and they're doing a great job doing so. You continuously are seeing players from Explicit rotating out back up 4, and that is not a great position for them to be in, especially since it gives Kira that head glitch at the bottom of the stairs. But Jules finally going to come through and clear her out, gets a kill. Quick Fix going to get her back into the action as well. And there's enough time on the hill for us to essentially get a tie out of this. It'll be very close. It'll be a couple points.
Yeah, the thing when you get to P2s, especially before you're really in a position where P2 or rather P1 ends the game, is exactly that. You're never gonna lose the game on P1 when the score is when it's literally not possible for you to lose P1, or rather lose the game on P1. So what you want to do is set yourself up long term. You're thinking that the game's probably not going to end on P2 either because of how tightly contested it is. You're really trying to make sure you're setting yourself up for that P3 where you can end the game. Right here, if you're Explicit, you need to get this wave of kills down, and it goes really nicely right there. The grab spike comes through, but they'll jump over them really nicely. The concussion will go through and save ARP a couple kills there. They'll contest the point. But if you're Explicit right now, you need to win this wave, you need to push through green and secure those spawns, and just contest on this point. We're getting ever so closer to another map loss, and if they lose
can't
another
afford
one,
a map loss right now.
Yeah,
Kira, holy crap, 4 on the
oh my
board!
God.
Misses the 5.
I think the Annihilator actually ran out at the very last moment there. But she gets a big 3-piece there, or rather a 4-piece, and they've got the spawns, but the game is still going on. It's a little bit contested here, and Explicit finally manages to break through. They've got a little bit of time to work with on this transition. You've got 10 seconds left on this hill, plus another 10-second intermission onto the next one. So if you're going to get back into this game, it's going to happen on this wave right here. The Goliath will come through for ARP, and it's in a very exposed spot right here. Are they going to take it in time? This is going to be the key right here. Kira's going to actually get into it, and that might spell the end of this match right here, as ARP has the Goliath on the point. It's tough.
Yeah, Explicit don't have anything to take that Goliath down in time, so that's going to be a ARP win. You can see trying to slide the corner there, but it doesn't matter. Kira comes through with a 4-feed. Kira and Fur were absolutely cracked in this game. At one point I looked, and Fur was hitting kill 20, and the next closest player in the lobby was sitting down at 13, and then below that was like 10 and then 7. So Fur was absolutely cracked on the side of ARP. That second rotation of P1, man, I think Kira got like 8 kills in a row, 4 of them with the Annihilator, and she got 2 2-pieces right before that. And that was an excellent, excellent game for ARP. That is going to be the end of that one. That's going to be the 3-1 win for ARP over Explicit. And I believe we determined it was what, $300 for third place and $100 for fourth?
I don't think there is a prize pool for fourth, so I think it's just straight.
Well, it's $1,000 for first, $600 for second, and $300 for third. That would be $1,900. So there's I think MVP and stuff is $50 a piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awards.
That's right.
Which, by the way, do we have the results for the voting?
I think B said it was going to be closed at the end of this series.
Okay, so we'll probably, if I'm not mistaken, have that as well. So we'll be able to tell you who the MVP was. No reason for a rookie, because this is a one-time thing, to my knowledge.
Or a first time. Could be a
first time. Yeah, there's that as well. So not really logical to do a rookie, but we'll definitely have an MVP, and we'll have a sniper, right?
We should, yes. But we're gonna get
so
ready
does
for
the
our
MVP. Does the MVP work the same way that it worked in the main event?
I imagine so. We had a link passed around for player voting, so I would think
cool.
so. We are going to take a quick water break for everybody, as well as give ARP a minute to get their things together to get ready to go up against NYX. Admin, I do need the next match screen fixed, however. Yeah, B, I know that. I am aware of that. Mine is, maybe it just hasn't updated yet. Let me change it and refresh. Maybe it'll say NYX Honeybees now. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, it's working now. All right, we're taking a short break, guys. We'll be right back. I don't know why I said ARP, get ready for the next match. I was confused because of the next match screen. We're good to go, though.
cold at the touch, dead in the eyes, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. Black and white, just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white.
Alright guys, welcome back. We have our players in the lobby and getting ready to go for your finals matchup, which is going to be NYX versus the Honeybees. I think this is about what everybody probably expected all season long, but it was very, very close for the Honeybees. So we'll have to see if Honeybees have brought together their gameplay a little bit, see if that they can work on a little bit more teamwork, especially in the search and destroy up against a team like NYX. Did you want to do the awards before or after this, Sim? Or do you want to do like one after the first game and one after the second game, or?
Yeah, we can do sniper first and then we'll do MVP. Why not?
Okay, so after the first game or now?
Yeah, after the first.
After the first game. All right, cool. Works for me. Well, we'll go ahead and go over our best of 5 maps for you guys here. As, again, we do have... Hold on, let me... Best of 7. Oh, this is best of 7.
Oh, God.
Ew.
Yeah. I want to watch Squid Game. Yeah.
Alright, well, apparently I do not have a best of 7 graphic for you guys. Hold on one second while we get the admins on that.
Alright, well, NYX! Make it quick! Please! I want to watch Squid Game. Come on. Do me the favor. Do me the grace.
Do we at least have a list so I can read it off in the chat? Hello? Oh, it's up here? Okay.
Nope, because we hopped right into the game. Hell yeah.
Alright, so no graphic, guys. I do apologize. Our first match is going to be Standoff Hardpoint, followed by a Search and Destroy Raid, Domination Takeoff, Firing Range Hardpoint, Search and Destroy Hackney Yard, Hardpoint Takeoff, and if we make it to a Game 7, it would be a Standoff Search and Destroy. But looks like we
I don't think we're making it to a Game 5. Let's go. All right. Hardpoint standoff. It doesn't look like, from my seeing in the spreadsheet, NYX has not lost a single map the entire season. So we'll see. The testament of their dominance this entire tournament so far. They're going to be starting off with a 1-point lead, but a very, very, very closely contested first hill right now. If you're not, for whatever reason, knowing what side is what, the blue side is NYX, and the red side happens to be Honeybees. So right now, a very, very small lead developing for NYX, but one that we do expect to grow over the course of the games. Right now, they've got the spawn set up for them really nicely, and Honeybees is spawning right outside of that blue area. A really tough transition to make. Not a lot of time left on that P1 area, but they're going to have to start setting up for P2 sooner than later. And a lot of their players already pushed through that back alley, so there is a chance for them to get into that kill and mitigate some of this point spread. But just as quickly as they got through, they get cut down as well by Agaboo, or Aerith, or whomever. And there it goes. The transition from Honeybees completely cut down, and just as we expected, NYX has the transition to P2 as well.
Yeah, NYX have been an incredibly dominant team all, looks like Aeon was a little bit AFK there, unfortunate for her, but does get the reconnect there, so hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of action coming out of her. But NYX, they've got themselves about a 40-point lead right now, as well as absolute and uncontested control of the point here.
Good.
Nicole comes through with a big shorty kill there onto Molly, looking for another. She's on a 6 combo, make it a 7. Looking for Molly as well. She's on an 8. She's got full streaks. And Anna is going to come through and knock her off of the potential nuke streak that we had going on. And Nicole's frying right now, dude. 12 and 3.
We're at 75 day right now. Nicole's 12 and 3. Aerith is 9 and 1. 46 seconds of time on the hill. Chagaboo at 8 and 4. Brix Bragaboo at 7 and 3. Lydia right now not having the best game at 4 and 6. But who cares when your entire team is the second coming of the Terminator? Every single one of them. Right now they're all just absolutely frying on the hill, and every single hill that we've gotten to, Aerith and company have had the rotation pretty much locked down and on packed, as they have that blue hill as well already set up. 93, and the lead continues to develop. The sentry gun is watching over that back alley, and it doesn't even really need any help. It's going to be able to stop that push in its tracks right now. The triple kill will come out of Bragaboo and company, and we may very well be seeing the game pretty much be done in the opening seconds of the market hill if we're seeing NYX get the rest of this time. I don't think they can quite win it here. They certainly can't, but from anything that we've seen in this entire game, they just continue to get the rotations set up, and they've got that cluster strike to go. Operators galore. This is bad. 8 points. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's NYX. I mean, again, I don't want to make it seem like Honeybees can't win this here, but this is the performance that we've come to expect from NYX. I mean, this is a team that could compete. I mean, this team has the talent that they could be a team that is worthy of competing for, one of those regional spots. Like this could have been a top 3 or top 4 team in Stage 4 North America, no problem whatsoever. Obviously, they have a couple European talent on the team that's really good as well, but
and I wouldn't say all that. I mean, top 3 is.
That's a top 3 or 4.
Tribe, ARP, and YSL. I mean, maybe in Mobile Mayhem, but in the region? With the iPads and the.
Well,
no, but they're definitely
right.
good. But,
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you take in the age consideration, the iPad consideration, obviously they're not. But yeah. The skill level is what I'm kind of comparing them to. Is that potentially pushing into the top 4. So, and you do have to remember that this team is also playing with 2 people that have probably horrendous ping right now because they're playing across a very large pond between us. So,
I feel like I'm watching the Lakers stomp my high school basketball. It's just not. I feel like they're just running lobs. They're just straight up slamming on people. Every pick and roll is just really, really nice. The transitions are good. I mean, it was 120 something to 8. They didn't get a point until market, and that drought, that 8 points that Honeybees did manage to get was actually acquired on that first hill. So they went an entire 100 40 points of uncontested time until they finally got something going in the market area, and then they just got broken. Like there was no foundation there. That was absolutely slaughter. It wasn't close. A game like this, it needs to be won in S&D. Like if Honeybees does not win the S&D, it's done. It's 4-0. It's a wrap. There's nothing they can do. You get your back broken, just straight up smoked in the hard point. If you can't win the stabilizer mode, there's just not a lot you can do in the dom.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you there, and I hate to single her out, but Molly, one of the better players for the side of Honeybees in our matchup earlier against ARP, she was popping off in the respawn, she was popping off in the search and destroy as well. I think one of the searches, she had like 11 kills on the board.
Yeah.
I hate to call her out for it, but didn't have a kill on the board until Honeybees was at 98 points on the board, where she was able to pick up her first kill. And the scoreboard says it all here, right? I mean, Nicole coming through 26-5, Aerith 16-6, Brixta 14-6, Chagaboo 13-9, and Lydia 10-8. Everybody positive on the side of NYX. There was at no point where Honeybees won enough gunfights to anchor any sort of spawn. And again, when you have two players on the enemy team playing at a severe ping disadvantage, you've got to be winning more of those gunfights.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not a lot that you can comment on that. I don't even think Honeybees did anything wrong. I just think that they just couldn't win the gunfights, and then why they beat them at every major category of the game. The transition, it was NYX. The gunfights, it was NYX. The time like spread. I mean, look at it: 56 seconds, 44, 51, 31, 39. Like that was a balanced effort, objectively for NYX. It was very well played. The streaks were well placed. They came out on time. The sentry guns were looking in the right choke points. Everything was played very well. But now going into the S&D, we've seen NYX be challenged a little bit in this mode because you can't quite get into this series and just totally throw in all of the momentum. Sometimes you get stopped at a brick wall. So I would really like for NYX to just play off of that pace. But there's opportunity here for Honeybees to slow it down and play a little bit of their game. They're on the offensive side, so to a degree they get to play their own pace, but that pace is really slow, and I just don't think that you want to do that against a team like this.
I mean, you definitely don't, but unfortunately it's kind of a difficult position for them to be in. I mean, all season long we've seen NYX literally trick-shotting in Search and Destroy on the final person, so I guess we'll see as we get into it. Again, I think the last time these two teams went up against each other, the hardpoint was alright, but I feel like we got into Search and Destroy, and it was just NYX dominating the entire time. And
I mean, every single one of them, it just has such high prowess with the sniper. So it's like the slower you play against them, especially when they're on defense and they have no incentive at all to push pace on the map because you have to plant the bomb, the more and more you continue to just suffocate yourself on the map. Let's just kind of take a look real quick and see who has snipers. Bragaboo has a sniper right now.
Probably the whole
team. And Aerith. So there's two of them, and they're pretty spread out nicely. They've got the first pick as well. I just don't think this is the pace you want to play. Those snipers are tearing it up right now.
Yeah, Chel's going to be with a Bison in hand, and Lydia going to have a Bison in hand, but the other three definitely sniping, as well as they are a talent that, we normally see this team straight 5-person snipe. I mean, this is the most serious they've taken a Search and Destroy all season long, and it came on the back of a absolute blowout in the hard point. So hard to say, but NYX pretty convincingly going to take the first round win there. A flawless round 3 coming through for Brixta. And Molly going to be the first one taken off the board as Lydia comes through. AS Val in hand, picks that one up.
I mean, 4 of the last 6 NYX kills have been sniper rifles, just getting those opening picks. Lydia there opens it up with the AS Val there, but again, just the prowess with the sniper rifles, and Bianca sees one in the middle part of the stairs, but that's Lydia. She'll be able to get one to go, and that's a 4 versus 4. Now the bomb is roughly in a position where you can kind of make a decision, but the slower you are on deciding what bomb site you want to hit, the more time you give the other team to put their players into really good positions to stop you from doing that. Again, similar to ARPN and these other teams that we've seen, there just is not a united front on any of these bomb sites. So when you do get a kill in the direction of any bomb site, you have to be expecting that there's transitions happening on the other side of the map. Players are just not all lingering on the same site. So you've got to use that space to get the bomb down. And unfortunately, we haven't been seeing too much of that. Aerith and company. Nagabu, oh my god, the sniper to go and the shorty to pull out in the pocket. She'll get 2 there, and Rue will try her very best to... Oh my god, yep, there's just nothing to say. The snipers are dominating.
Yeah, definitely a rough one to watch a team who, I mean, put so much effort in and tried so hard, but I mean, again, all season long it has just largely felt like things were a little bit out of reach for the side of Honeybees when it came to their competition of NYX. I mean, NYX, again, is a team that you could drop them against any of the top 4 teams in North America and have a better game than the ones we've seen this season, you know? So it is going to be Brixta coming through with kill number 5 there on to Molly. And like you mentioned earlier, the slower you play against NYX, the more likely you are to, I mean, just honestly get dumpstered by the sniping prowess. Oh
there
my
it
goodness.
goes. I
I'm
mean,
glad I caught that shot.
You leave Nicole on an island with a sniper, and she's just gonna rip your face off. There it goes. And for whatever reason, they get stopped at the red side, but now they're gonna transition into the kill that just very much happened on this side of the map. And she's just literally gonna sit behind this pillar and just listen. The sniper is going to come through. She sees it and she backs up. Exactly what you have to do. She'll throw a nade for goodwill and call for her team to transition. This is really well done, and Lydia will get a kill and back it up. Very, very nicely played so far. It's a 5 versus 2, and again, patience. They have to plant the bomb. You're chilling right now if you're NWAX.
Yeah, I was really thinking that we were going to see Nicole get another kill there, but they opted not to take that challenge. Shell's going to come through with a kill there. However, I missed Rue getting a pick onto Aerith in the mid. Makes it look a little bit more doable, but I mean, if we're going to be real here, it's a 1 versus 3, and you are pinned down between everybody. Yeah, about how I expected that to happen.
Oh, 3-0, okay. And this is defense. I mean, you know, if you can't get any rhythm coming out on offense, imagine what NYX is going to do when they're coming off of their defensive rounds with a 4-0, 4-1 advantage, a 5-0 advantage. And then they're on offense, where they have all this confidence from that map 1. They have all this confidence with these rounds that they've been able to build up. They're just going to sprint you down. You have to equalize a round here, or the game may be done. And Bragaboo wants literally no business of that. She's going to get 2 to go, and Lydia will get traded. Aerith as well. And a 3v3 for the first time, a winnable round, it seems, for the side of Honeybees. They'll get another one there, so 3v2. Not something that we've seen at all this map, but an advantage. You kind of take them where you can. And a split advantage right now for the side of Honeybees. They've got an advantage in which direction they're going. NYX is split up right now, so if you can't get a bomb down, you can potentially lock down a side. But this next kill here is going to be crucial. Bragaboo's right there. She's going to get the kill there onto Anna. And look quite over. She's got 3 on this round.
The bomb has been planted.
Yeah, she's got 3 this round.
She's
and
at
8 on the
kills.
board. Yeah.
She's 8-0. Bragaboo is 8-0. The smoke is going to come out right in front of her. She's working right now with Nicole, a power duo for sure.
Oh, you saw her, Molly. You get this kill, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was a must-win round. That was an absolute must for the side of Honeybees. If they lost that one, it was going to be lights out. But they do find a little bit of a stopper to the momentum that the side of NYX had going. Now, if they can find another solid round, maybe they can go into the second half in all right shape. But if they get taken down here, it's going to be rough. And Nicole opens with another kill, picks up 1. Rue gets the refrag onto Lydia. Was looking for Aerith, but didn't want a challenge there. Instead, going to hop right on over into Nicole, who is on fire here today. Aerith, normally top fragging for this team. I think I've seen her put up like 18 and 19 kills like 3 or 4 times during this event, and sitting at 1 right now is a little bit different, but obviously they're still, as a whole, pretty comfortable with their positioning. We have players rotating on in. How do you not have that checked? Aerith gonna find one, gonna find two onto Molly. Now it's Bianca in a 1 versus 3, finds one, but Chels comes through to back up Brixta. 4-1 lead for the side of NYX, and they have a solid cushion going into this second half. They can afford to make a couple mistakes and still have a second shot at life, whereas the amount of lives available for the side of the Honeybees is quickly falling apart.
I mean, they're just gonna sprint them down here. I have zero other thoughts in my mind. There's no reason for them to not ride this momentum right now. Look for the first kill. Look for some information on the map here. Rue's actually in a really cheeky little spot. She's pushed up. She can maybe get Lydia. Doesn't finish the kill, but she'll get another player to run right into her face and get traded. 2 kills for NYX. And we are sitting at a 4 versus 3. Pretty much full side control for NYX right now. They can lay the bomb if they feel like it.
Yeah, Aerith's looking for
Bianca's
the snipe
running
on the
around with a
Bianca.
knife.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The bomb has been planted.
A big kill comes through for Brixta there. It's going to leave Molly in a 1 versus 4. Can't quite find it. The 2P or the double pump coming through from Aerith. They're going to pick her off. 5-1 lead now in favor of NYX, who are looking to take the 2-0 lead in this best of 7.
And what can you do? It looks too far in between. You're gonna need just off the wall performances right now at this point. And here comes the sprint through at A. The smoke is gonna back Molly off the side, and she has nothing in her pocket but just the shorty to potentially defend the entry onto the bomb site. Nice little spot here in the top area. She'll be able to see the entire basketball court, but snipers on the site. You already know that that's going on. Nice little angle right here, but they'll take care of her with a grenade, and if it's not with the guns, if it's not with the guns, it's with the utility. There it goes. It's a 4 versus 3 right now for NYX. Make that a 4v2. Aerith will equalize another one for her team, and the bomb will go down, and it's looking like a slaughter.
Yeah, Rue able to come through with one, and Aeon finds another, but it doesn't matter. Nicole is cracked today. She doesn't miss. 8 kills on the board for her. And Brixta up at 9-2 right now. Absolutely nuts performance coming out of her. Trying to get switched over to Aeon, who comes through with 1. Gets the quick fix going, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, Nicole, she's not missing here today. She's here to win. And man, what a game it coming through there for the side of NYX. I mean, it felt like they were just honestly toying with them the whole time.
Yeah, it's strong. it's looking really slim. I don't think that this is gonna go the distance. I don't think this is gonna go an extra map. I think it'll be done pretty quickly. But with that, and there's the dominance out of the 2 maps we just saw from NYX, I think it's time to announce our sniper of the split.
Yeah, especially after the performances there, I think definitely gonna be a good one. All right, guys. For our sniper of the split, I guess you want to do like first and third, and I'll do the middle.
You can just do sniper.
Okay, works for me. Well, in first place, the performance here today might have you believe otherwise, but Aerith comes through. Obviously not having a bad game, but definitely not the flashiest sniper for the side of NYX there. Bragaboo and Nagaboo were just absolutely nuts that game, rocking 9 kills apiece. Strong sniper talent on this team, but Aerith gonna pick up sniper of the season with 30.7% of the votes. Second place is gonna be Allison from Op34, and third place Molly from the Honeybees. So that'll be, I think, awards. I think it's an extra $50 for Aerith there.
Well deserved too. I mean, obviously she's not having the best series in terms of the flashiness, like you said. But I mean, that's just because she doesn't have to. Her teammates right now, are just absolutely beating the brakes off of everybody in front of them. And we've seen plenty of series this season where Aerith just absolutely dominated with the sniper rifle.
Absolutely.
So very, very well deserved. Easy to overlook when we're having short-term memory here, but we can only judge by what's in front of us, and Nicole and Bragaboo are just absolutely lighting it up. But Aerith again, dominating, looking really, really good all season long with that sniper. It didn't really seem at any point that anybody could really challenge her on those lanes. She was super consistent, super powerful the entire way through. So well deserved. Good job, Aerith. Congratulations, the sniper of this play. Something you can throw onto your resume and just have a good time. So that was really good. Now into the next map, we have Dom on Takeoff. Another one saw in the third place match. A really nice open laned map. Gonna be really good for ARs. A lot of control you can potentially enforce. And this just feels like the kind of map that NYX is just juicing over. Lots of open space where the gun skill is really going to be prominent. I think it's going to be a slaughter.
Definitely has that potential. And one of the things, since we didn't have the graphic earlier, that I should make note of is Summit for NYX has been such a strong map for them that it has largely been banned by a lot of the teams. And that is going to be this matchup here. Honeybees did ban away Summit, so we're not going to see that. But the action. And a couple kills start coming through. Sorry about the late scene change there, guys, but we're in it. And the AC caps come through respectively. Rue coming through behind, might be able to find a couple kills. Can't find the bullets to connect, eventually does. And then is actually able to get a big turn onto Aerith there. Finds Lydia once again on the respawn. Almost able to find Aerith again too, but Aerith not going to lose that gunfight twice.
This was a map actually that I think quite a few times this season that teams decided to ban the Takeoff. Maybe because just teams are not practicing these extra maps, but a lot of them are sticking to those standoffs, those raid type maps. And when you get to the veto process and you're picking, sometimes when you're not on par, you do kind of look onto these maps that maybe you're not so familiar with. You can catch somebody on a curveball, maybe catch an entire team off guard a little bit, but it doesn't look like too much of that is really going on, as NYX does have half of the control onto the B site, and it just continues to look good right now. Power positions are in control, while Honeybees does have the dome control. They don't have the flag control at all on B to go for it, or nothing to show for that dominance on that part of the map. So it's looking pretty good right now for NYX.
Yeah, NYX definitely in a really good position here, especially if they're able to get this B cap. They only need to barely touch it. Does look like Nicole's going to come through with that one for the team. In fact, picks up a double kill along with it. Do have Molly on the chase, but and I'm going to win that gunfight anyway before running into Brixta there.
We've taken the lead.
I mean, there's the 2-cap right there. You've got that AB, and really for NYX, all you have to do is just sit on the power positions and try to keep them off the B flag.
We've taken the lead. Be advised, hostile hunter killer.
So many kills coming through left and right, and I gotta say, for the side of the Honeybees, Bianca was a big factor for them earlier, especially with the Sparrow, but this map is a little bit more open. I don't know how much she's going to be able to capitalize with that one, and I almost can't keep my eyes enough on people because there's just so many kills going through left and right. Anna going to go ahead and win the gun challenge there with Nicole. Finds a couple shots onto Chels as well, but Lydia there to back her team up. No quick fix for her. She's going to have to duck and recover here a little bit, but doing a great job helping defend that B spot. Rue comes through with a big refrag, but the B control is just absolutely uncontested. And NYX taking a pretty big lead here so far.
For the first time this map, NYX is actually maybe in a not favorable position. They're spawning high on the map and have a lot of space to travel down onto these home flags. So we'll briefly, and wonder how long this can actually sustain, see Honeybees actually take the 2-cap right now, the A and the C, and be in pretty nice positions to defend it. If you actually take a look at Aeon right now, bottom health, she's in a nice little spot to catch some people on the cross. And on the other side of the map, Rue, as well, is in a nice spot to defend. But oh my goodness, Nagabu is going to just take that life from her. It doesn't even matter. And they'll spawn right back up to defend that flag. But a nice little 2-cap. A nice little opportunity here to get some points back, stabilize a little bit. This transition high is rough, but they do have the B cap. So you really just have to see to it that your team is focusing on the same home flag. I don't really like the split decision making here from NYX to kind of push both of these flags at the same time. You would definitely like to keep your resources pointing in the same way. You could have won that round a little sooner had you been able to get to one of those home flags a little bit and being a little bit more of a lead, but nevertheless a lead. And going into the second half, it's going to be really, really difficult for Honeybees to make something work here.
Yeah, definitely looking to be a rough position to be in, but we knew that was going to be the case for the Honeybees the whole time that we saw this coming, just because, again, of how dominant NYX have been. I have to say, this is probably the closest game we've actually seen for NYX all season long, so maybe Honeybees making a little bit of a comeback here. All it would take is a B cap and a good hold here, and we could potentially see a game get taken off. We obviously haven't seen any domination with NYX so far this season, so it's hard for us to, really give a good judge of how good they are in Dom. But again, this is NYX one way or another.
Bianca is hard trolling. Look at Bianca for the last like 30 seconds has been up there on top of the health, with her entire team just getting straight up slaughtered mid map, and then she's just gonna die to the. Bianca is hard trolling. Oh my goodness. You've got to watch the pod back and rewind if you're a sub to see how Bianca just stood there and did literally nothing on that site, watching her entire team get smoked on B, watching her entire team get pushed on A while she had all of the time in the world to get progression onto C. I don't know what she hard trolling. Like going back to the ARP match where she hard trolled with the Goliath. I don't know if that's a communication thing, if that's something they practice, but that is super troll. Get the progression and lead those resources that are on that B flag, that are on those A caps, to have to come back to you, to have to address you, so that you give your team space in the middle part of the map. But she did none of that, and that was super awkward. But now we're sitting on a 2 cap, very comfortable. NYX just has maintained this pretty much the entire round, and now they've got the sentry gun looking over that home flag, so you have no opportunity to do anything on the extension part of the maps here for the home flags, the A and the C site. Sentry gun's just pinning them in. You can't push to C, there's a sentry there. You can't really push out of your base, there's a sentry there outside of admin. The dome is tightly contested. B flag is in control for NYX. The map right now is just extremely suffocated. And this might be the best opportunity actually right now. They managed for whatever reason NYX to flip the spawn, so they're gonna go for the triple cap. And they actually spawn on the back end here. If they don't have a trophy, that'll be dangerous. But they do have the trophy, and the Tempest will come through. There goes another Predator missile to go, and now you've got the good side, but you've got to make something work here, or the game is going to be done.
Right now, looking like it's going to be a 3-0 lead for the side of NYX. Bianca popping off a little bit here with the Sparrow, able to find 3 before she drops, but we are well past triple cap territory at this point, and it's just not looking possible for the side of the Honeybees. Now, granted, I think this is the best that they've played, but, I mean, if you were watching the stream there, you can tell that Honeybees are just completely out of this, and NYX have accepted their win because Bragaboo, last 10 seconds there, just chilling. Not a care in the world, just went to go get some water. And it's going to be the 150 to 115 win for the side of NYX.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that's just not a map that either of them practice too much. It was a little sloppy, but nevertheless, a win is a win.
It has been banned all season for the most part. I mean,
yes,
we've only seen this map like one time, I think.
Right, but that's a 3-0. One more map and that'll be the grand finals. Let's take a look at the hardpoint that it's going to be. It will be a... Let me see. Firing range. It'll be a firing range. Cool.
Yeah, do you want to...
This is a very snowbally map. I don't know. This is dangerous. Very snowbally map.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Did you want to run through our MVP real quick?
Sure. Cool. Sure, okay. So for our MVP for the girls tournament, Mobile Mayhem season, in third place we have Ginebra. I'm not sure what team she's from. I will actually check right now. Carnage Gaming. Second place we have Bianca. from this team right here, Honeybees, which is well deserved. Bianca has been a beast all season long. And then in first place, we have Nicole from NYX. Interesting, on a team that has so many just star-studded female players. You've got Lydia, you've got Brixty, you've got every single one of them. Aerith, Nicole as well. Just so many good players that she comes out on top, and today she's definitely been worthy of it. Absolutely being the final demon, the final boss for this for this NYX team. Like literally nobody's crossing her bridge. She is just dominating the crossway here. So.
Yeah, and this is one of the big reasons I wanted to ask you now, because they are respectively for that matchup the MVPs of each of their team as well. Nagabu coming through MVP, 6 flags captured, 25 and 18, and Bianca with 4 caps and 23-19, the only player on her team to go positive. So 2 very well deserved awards here, and definitely got to say I appreciate the ladies coming here today, giving us some good games. That domination was, again, I think the closest we've seen any team come to taking a game off the NYX, and even in that retrospect, it was not like a down-to-the-wire game like we saw earlier, where it was, I think, 150 to 144 hardpoint win. So, I mean, NYX, they're up 3-0 right now. They could close it out here in this next game. And as you mentioned, that is going to be it's a firing range hardpoint, right?
That's right. You know what's so about like this match? So we had Aerith on the spawn, and she talked about how not too long ago, like Honeybees was beating them in scrims, and they were granted maybe they didn't have their full roster, but still, nevertheless, when you have so much talent on one team like NYX, sometimes you don't need your full roster to be able to beat people. I'm sure if NYX had a sub or 2 or 3, like who knows? like they might still be very, very, very good in this event. So not too long ago, Honeybees was winning. So for them to get pretty much handled on some of these maps is a testament to a lot of the hard work that NYX might be putting in. Maybe the lack of true practice. Maybe there's a little bit of an intimidation factor going on for Honeybees. I don't know. We can't really speak on it because we're not sure. But like this just does not look close, and it's interesting because, like I said, these teams not too long ago were fairly closer to each other. So we'll see how it goes in this very last map. Hardpoint firing range is an extremely snowbally map. I cannot stress that enough. The teams that, quite honestly, are significantly worse than other teams at many different points in times have historically been able to take this map in a series. So it's definitely not over yet. If a potential reverse sweep can happen, and obtained on this map to start. So on the other side, though, because it's so snowbally, we could just see NYX just straight up steamroll. So it can go either way, but P1 will be an extremely important start to kind of checking how that will go. NYX happens to have the good spawn, so we'll see into the next games what will happen.
Coming through with a big kill, rotating on to help her team anchor those American side spawns. Heads over into trailer. Nicole gonna get dropped, loses the gunfight with Aeon there. And you can see several players of the side of Honeybees trying to make that rotation over, trying to look to anchor those spawns, but can't quite pull it together. We actually had a substitution as well. Yagaboo coming into play, and Brixta gonna sit back and watch her team here.
That's disrespectful. I don't know if she had to go, or if they just meant, or if they were just like, all right, I'm done.
It's pretty late there. It is pretty late there.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I forget that she's in Europe.
Yeah.
So it might just be that she's just incredibly tired, but good lord, if she could have finished the series and she was just like, I'm done. You finished. That would have been some to bewilder. But NYX right now 28 to 15, and they have control of the spawn right now. The Honeybee team will be able to break into the point and maybe potentially break into another wave where they can get into some kind of control in the trailer area. But for now, a closer game certainly than the hardpoint standoff was. So that's a good sign right there. 3 kills will go for NYX, and the tunnel spawns will follow through for the Honeybees. 2 players will get killed by Nagaboos. Kobe from Heaven right there. And the two people on the hill for NYX are just going to lock that down. 47-28 right now. And it looks like with these last 20 seconds waning down, that'll go in the favor of NYX. And potentially a clean rotation for Honeybees where they can get a little bit of a bet.
Yeah, you can definitely call it disrespect to swap out bricks to if you want, but nothing will be as disrespectful as earlier when Explicit decided that they had a fifth. And Honeybees were like, we'll 4v5 them. That was pretty wild, but it is going to be the 66-28 lead for the side of Honeybees right now, who also have control of trailer and spawns. Rue making a rotation over, does find one onto Nicole, but might be getting ready to rotate into a death machine. Able to pick up the other kill onto Lydia there as well, but can't quite find the one onto Aerith. But it is Anna going to be the last body alive in on trailer, getting some points here, and this is turning out to actually be a pretty decent hardpoint.
We've got Bianca sitting in the corner there with the Sparrow. It's about as safe as the hill will possibly be. They'll probably collect the remainder of this time here, which is really key for Honeybees. By the end of this hill, the game should be pretty close to tied up, if not outright tied up, or a lead for them. Now the next hill will have all of the stress in the world. Again, key things to know. You're not going to lose the game on wood. You just don't want to get smoked on it. You definitely don't want to get 60 on it, because then you're going to get screwed people. So whatever happens on this hill, as Honeybees has a good little bit of control here, this next set of kills is going to be really important. Nagaboo goes down, or Yagaboo actually goes down on the hill, and that'll give them control of the point. But sentry guns to support for NYX, and operators in the pockets. A really big pinch here for Aeon, and just like that, it looks like nobody really is going to have a good set of spawns here. Honeybees finally does get the bathroom spawn, and the jungle cross here is going to be noted by Aeon. So a good set of time here, 35 seconds, but it's going in the favor of NYX, or rather Honeybees right now. Big flank came through, but NYX is in the hill. And this is good if you're Honeybees. It's not out of your reach. You're still contesting fairly well. At the very worst case, if you give up the rest of this time. Oh my God! As Nicole is starting to shoot bodies, we love to see that. I like seeing that. I love seeing that. Hell yeah! Nicole's shooting the bodies, letting them know they're up 3-0. But Honeybees has an opportunity here. The game is pretty close, and they've got the spawns.
Yeah, a couple point lead for the side of NYX right now. You have a sentry gun up top, but it does get destroyed, so not getting a whole lot of use out of that one. Currently a 2-point lead for the side of the Honeybees. And they might be looking to start anchoring some spawn over. A Pred missile going to clean one out, and it's Chels trying to get an anchor on the spawns for next. Do have a hunter killer out, and Molly actually with a big rotation through, gonna find one on the Nagaboo, finds another onto Yagaboo, finds a 3-piece onto Lydia before getting taken down by Aerith.
Another two.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Ooh, I don't know about that grab vortex there. That was not super well placed, and unfortunately that for them, it's not much of an area denial tool when you don't use it to cut off a choke point. Even if only a couple seconds, if it allows your team to get in and reposition, that's really going to be more valuable than shooting it for a 1-for-1 kill at that point. But Honeybees actually looking in a good spot. They might be actually getting ready to push us into a game 5 if they keep this up, but as I say it, they're not able to make the break.
Oh, they've got Goliath. They've got Goliath. They've got Goliath, maybe. Alright, I think this would actually be a really cool opportunity to go into a listen-in with NYX and see what the final moments might sound like.
That's a good call, Zim.
So do that.
Oh, one
We're spinning down, we're spinning down.
Two turrets.
One mid.
Bro, see them. Nice.
We need to get in. Scrap.
Yeah.
Barrel.
They're down.
Go new. Push up. One. Oh.
Tires.
Oh my god.
Bro, and you.
Everyone go shoot. Barrel. Barrel dead.
Alright, very, very calm comms, all things considered for them there. Aerith gonna pick up one on the back there with the Holger in hand. It's a couple point game, and we're going into our final hard point. There's no dice to the team that doesn't win here on this P3, and it does look like it's possibly gonna be the side of NYX. They've got 4 bodies in on the point right now. Ooh, but Nicole pushes out a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The time comes through. That's going to be it. That's game 4 for the side of NYX. And the 4-0 victory comes through, but I got to commend Honeybees. That was the closest we've seen any team all season long take NYX almost to a map loss there. So great, great game between these two teams. And definitely a nice way to round out the night here, Zim.
Was a super, super great season. We saw a lot of really super solid teams. A lot of teams actually surprising us to the fact, to the point and to the extent that we just think, quite honestly, that some of these guys, or some of these girls rather, can compete at the very, very highest level, and that's awesome. We love to see that. We love to give a spotlight to a different audience, a different group of players, and I definitely enjoyed watching this entire season. So up to this point, NYX was dominant. We knew that they would be in the finals. We thought they would be in the finals. We thought it would be this matchup from the very, very beginning, and it was a great series. So congratulations.
And it almost wasn't. And it almost wasn't. ARP
Yeah.
really had a good game against Honeybees as well earlier. So
Right.
not just did NYX come out and look good today, not just did Honeybees come out and look good too, but ARP definitely, I think, impressed some people as well. So
For sure.
lots of talent. Yeah, as you mentioned, lots of talent. Several of them good enough to compete. I think actually Shorty is one of the ones who I think played for Op34 at the beginning of this and then got picked up by Honeybees, and we don't see her here today. But she's been a really, really good sniping talent here in the girls' league, and I think she actually got picked up by Primal.
Primal. Yeah, so she's on Primal.
Yep. So definitely love to see the girls' scene grow and getting to see some of those girls get an opportunity on teams. Obviously, the likes of Brixta and Lydia, we already knew their potential, and they came through here to play with NYX. But Aerith in that last game, 38 kills on the board. The next closest was 28. Aerith making it look like a pub match, in all honesty.
Right. That was dope. It was just great. Lots of great moments from today's matches, but I mean, I had a blast. Hey, thank you guys for letting me come into here. I know we definitely would have liked having Beef Mommy cast over those girls. I know the girls would have liked having Beef Mommy, so you got a poor substitution, but it was a great event. Thank you guys.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure to have you. Beef Mommy, I saw you in the chat earlier. If you're still here, thank you so much for the days that you were able to join us as well. Thank you to all the viewers for coming by. Thank you to all of the teams. Congratulations to NYX on your first ever Girls Mobile Mayhem Championship. And then as well to the MVP Nicole and the Sniper of the Split Aerith on your guys' additional prizes. Congratulations to Honeybees coming in second place. It was a long, hard-fought season, and you really put NYX up against the wall there for that last match. And, I hope we get to do this again. I definitely am looking forward to another opportunity like this, because I had a good time. Everybody that was here to cast, use him, Beef Mommy. I know all the admins had a blast, and, I got a chance to talk to a lot of the girls as well that I had never really caught any of the girls' events. Like, here and there, I might catch a couple of games, but they definitely all mentioned that they had a good time. So hopefully we'll get to see this event come back again, and we'll maybe this can be a reoccurring thing.
Facts. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna head on out now. I'm tired as a. Thank you guys again.
Yep, no problem. Thanks for joining us, Zim. That's going to be it for us, guys. Your standings or your bracket is on the board here, as you guys can see. This is the journey we took to get here. Due to some time constraints, we did have our quarterfinals, obviously, up here off stream, and that's how we got to our matches today. But ARP was able to take down Carnage. Explicit was able to take down Op34, and then so on and so forth through the remainder of the series. And for anybody interested in the prize pool, first place was for $1,000 to NYX. Second place, $600 to Honeybees, and third place is going to be ARP picking up $300 for the team. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's no spawn tonight. I unfortunately have an emergency to go take care of with some family-related matters, but we're going to get you guys a raid into some exciting action here. All right, we'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching Mobile Mayhem Girls Edition.